The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We are doing the show from the countryside tonight. Outside, in a field. You explain why, Catherine.
Well, because it was quite beefy last night, the show. And we decided what we needed to do is just take a chill pill, relax, get away from it all.
They call it forest bathing.
Yes.
With forest bathing.
Yes.
Don't literally take a chill pill, because I think that means the designer drug ecstasy.
Really?
I think so.
I thought ecstasy made you go all, like, unchilled.
You're quite chilled, actually.
Well, don't take that.
Don't take that.
Just take a moment.
How did you feel after last night's show? Because it was very beefy.
Tense.
Very beefy.
Tense.
Beefy and tense.
That's how I felt.
That's what Laurel and Hardy translates into German. Beefy and tense.
Anyway, we're in the countryside tonight, so that explains the smells.
That's me.
And
sorry.
If you'd like to join us, all you have to do is give us a call.
0344
499
1000.
Who are?
No beef, no tension tonight. No benching.
No.
No teeth.
Just pastoral peace.
Everyone just chill out. Although, last night's show, if you missed it, very rarely would I suggest you go and listen to an entire full show. And I'm sure the best of podcast contains, the relevant parts. But honestly, a 45-minute podcast is not going to capture the weirdness and the awkward vibe of what happened between 10 and 1 o'clock last night on Talk Radio. Very, very, very upsetting audio.
Very.
So I was kind of in a weird, tense mood last night when I got home, and it carried over today. So I don't know, maybe it clouded my judgment on some things. Let me just put this out there, and I got very upset when I've discovered this, but maybe it's just because of the vibe from last night. I've lost perspective. So we're doing this rabbit hole tour, guess you could loosely call it. We're going to Bath, Shaftesbury, London, Belfast,
Manchester
and Glasgow. Okay. And so I'm doing the sums for Glasgow and booking the flights. We're going to fly up there. So my sums, the flight for the two of us to and from Glasgow, including parking, is 400 quid. 400 quid. Right.
What that buys us, though, is time, because we could have gone on the train.
Yeah.
And that's just a little bit tight.
You have to pay for the hire of the venue. It's about 120 quid. Then there's accommodation. Right? Now, if you add up the amount of money that we make on the tickets and subtract all of those things, we're left with £32 between the two of us. That's not even a joke. And that doesn't include food.
No.
So we're coming to Glasgow to meet the good folk of Glasgow, and we're paying for the privilege of doing a live show. It's just something doesn't feel right. How bad would it be for us to pass the hat around?
Bad.
Oh man! So here's the thing. Here's the thing I've decided. We're not flying anywhere again. We'll do Belfast. We'll probably lose money on that. I don't know if anyone's buying tickets. And I'm looking forward to Glasgow. I am looking forward to Glasgow. I love Glasgow, but the flights are structured in such a way we don't really get any time there, and we're losing money. So
it's the farewell tour of Glasgow.
It's the no more shows. We got no more shows. Here's the thing. It's me that books the shows. This isn't a criticism of you, Catherine, at all, because you edit the shows and I book the shows. I'm done booking the shows and finding I'm done. It's so stressful. I spent 2 hours trying to find Airbnb for Manchester, trying to find a place that was worth staying in, and then these flights, and I'm just like, I can't be bothered. So after the summer, we're going to play places that we can drive to. London, basically places in the south of England, and maybe the Midlands if anybody... No, not if anybody can find a venue. If someone wants to book us and contacts us and books us, because I ain't doing it anymore. I'm not phoning up, emailing, I was in the jungle, can we come and do your venue? Just can't be bothered. Life's too short, so no more from me. No more from me.
Okay,
that's that done.
I'm glad you've come to a decision. It makes your heart feel lighter.
It does. It really does. When it's like, right. 03, but we're looking forward to Glasgow. It'll be fine. There's 4 tickets left for Manchester on Saturday, the 18th of May, and a few left for the Sunday. IainLee.com/event. About 20 left for London in June, I think it is July. And about 106 left for Shaftesbury. 03, and then we're not doing any more shows. We've got Bath in September, and then that's it. You can all piss off. 03. Sorry, with the country, breathe.
Yeah. Open your eyes. Look. Do you remember when all this was fields?
It is fields.
Exactly.
Have you ever hugged a tree?
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's nice. It used to be a joke, tree huggers. Sam's pulling the face. Honestly, it's nice. Hug a tree.
I mean, it was generally because I hugged a tree because I was on some roller boots.
It's in my mouth.
I was on some roller boots and I was speeding towards a very busy road. But the tree saved me.
Go into the honestly, it works, right? People joke about tree huggers. Go into the woods. Go up to a tree. Ask its permission first.
Yes.
In this
Come on,
age
consent.
Of #MeToo. And close your eyes and hug it. and you feel silly for about 10 seconds. Then you can feel the tree breathe. That's not even a joke. You can't literally feel it contracting and expanding, but you just feel its sap rising.
Yeah, tree's going, oh, what's this?
No, why are you trying to turn this to base human physical responses? It's spiritual. Spiritual. You tell me something more spiritual than embracing a 400-year-old tree.
Having a sleep.
You're an idiot. Let's go to James. Good evening, James.
Hello.
Hello, James.
Hello?
James, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. That's
very poor reception in the country.
Yes.
So, which jungle are you in?
We're not in a jungle.
But you said you were in a jungle.
No, we didn't.
I think you suggested that you did.
No, I didn't suggest that I did say we were in a jungle, no.
But there's twittering of birds and things.
Yeah, that's from the forest we're in, yes.
Oh, you're in a forest?
That's what we said, yes.
You're in a forest, but not a jungle?
Correct, we never said we were in a jungle.
Right. Are you in the middle of the forest?
Don't tell him, because he'll come.
No, I don't want you to know.
Or are you 150 metres away from the forest?
We're near the big one. That's all you need to know.
We're not allowed in the middle of the forest.
Only 26 people
yes.
are allowed there.
But we are not allowed. But we have paid, and we are about 10 metres away from the forest.
From the edge of the forest?
No, we are... No.
From the epicentre.
We are 10 metres away...
Epicentre's the wrong word, Kath.
Shut up.
We are...
we'll not shut up.
No,
you will.
No, we should not.
You will. You're breaking the country code. By being an arse.
I'm not.
By being an arse.
No, I'm not.
He's 150 metres away.
You didn't pay to go to the forest.
We did pay to go to the forest, but we didn't get a coach. We came through the visitor centre.
But it's not actually a real coach, is it?
We didn't order beef, tell you that.
But you're not even in the forest, are you?
Well, you thought we were in a jungle, so you're a muppet. 0344 499 1000. First call.
An arse.
And it's beefy.
Yeah.
It's like a cup of Bovril, that.
I just need some water to get rid of this salt.
Very beefy. Please. I saw Ollie, one of the Ollies, bearing in mind it's a very unique name, one of the Ollies, flashing up the bat signal on Twitter. I told him to... I reported him.
Good.
I've reported him for that. I will not have that. I want tonight just to be a nice...
peaceful.
Normal show. Let's go to Andre.
Hi, my larynx is feeling quite good now.
Sorry, Andre?
His Lawrence is feeling good.
The larynx.
Your Valence.
Your Richie Valence.
Yeah.
The Valence on your edge of your bed. You know the Valence on your edge of the bed is named after Richie Valence. That is...
You're not in the,
Will you
not in the forest.
Shut up. That is actually true. It's named after Richie Valence. That is actually...
Listen,
Will you...
right?
Jesus Christ...
I can't get words in this way, dear.
I can't hear what you're saying, mate. Thanks for calling.
Close the gate behind you.
Let's go to Alan.
Good evening.
Good evening, Alan. Nice and chilled.
Well, I've got some good news on my mum tonight.
You've seen... go on, what?
She's gone out of the bed in critical care today.
Yay, mate. The
and
news
she was
gets
sitting in a chair.
better and better. She was sitting in the chair. Brilliant.
And maybe a chance tomorrow she may be back on the ward.
Oh, Alan, this is great news. Everyone was worried. Listen, I know that we have a little bit of fun together, and a little bit of sport and a little bit of banter. But I've genuinely, been very, very concerned about your mum, and I know a lot of the listeners have been concerned about your mum, and that is the best news. Not the best news. The best news is when she comes home and starts shouting at you. But that is brilliant news, and you should be... I'm really chuffed for you, mate.
Yeah, me and my dad are really happy about making good progress.
Dad's over the moon. Now, what about the three other Caddick brothers? Are they still in town, or have they checked out?
Stephen's on his way to Manchester.
What for?
For a lad weekend.
Yes, those Manchester lads weekends are the best, aren't they? Canal Street.
I don't know where he's got him.
Well, I tell him, I recommend...
He was at Victoria Coach Station.
I recommend that him and the lads go to Canal Street. I think they'll have a great time, wouldn't they?
I think so. Paul's working tonight at the fish market.
There you go, the fish market, beautiful.
And Robert's going home to Blackpool tomorrow.
Beautiful. Well, that's a good sign then, because Mum's getting better, Alan.
Yeah.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 boss.
All right, nice one. We're going to carry on the chilled vibes tonight, Alan. It's a nice chilled show. No beef. No beef, please. We're British. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain and...
Catherine.
On Talk Radio.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Very much getting into my retro games today. At the moment, right? And I'm now looking at ordering a Sega Saturn that's been modded and chipped. And there's a big retro event on... Oh, sorry.
Open the window.
Yeah.
Of the tent.
Of the tent. There we go. That was it. I forgot to...
In fact, could you just flap that flap a bit more? It stinks in here.
There we go. And there's a big event in Manchester, and I'm not going. It's too far. And we're going to Manchester in a couple of weeks, and it's too far. But I'm very jealous. Here's the thing. So I'm on Twitch. Today is the day I should have become a partner on Twitch. Right? You've got to kind of achieve three things. You've got to do three things, right? So one of them is stream for 25 hours. I've done that over a month. Done that. Stream on 12 different days. I've done that. Then the other is you've got to have an average of 75 viewers. I've got 74.29. I mean, come on, guys. Give the guy a break. Give the guy a break. Give the guy a break. My boys, here's the thing. I watched a bit of one of my streams. I don't watch the streams when I've done them. I have no interest. But my boys are really into game streamers, right? It's the big thing. And I've made my channel child friendly now, so kids can come and watch it. The radio show and the YouTube and the Periscope, they're probably a bit blue, but I make the Twitch stream as though my kids were watching it. And if I ever do one that is perhaps a late night one that perhaps isn't quite like that, I delete it, so it can't be watched. But the boys wanted to watch a bit of my stream today, and so I showed them a bit of the stream, me playing wacky races. And they gave me a few tips. They said the picture of you in the corner should be bigger. He said, can you do like a sort of pattern around you like Dan TDM? And I said, I probably could work out how to do it. I'll have a look into it. I think I can do it, actually. My youngest said I was as good as Dan TDM.
Ah.
But he's a bumlick.
Yeah, he is a bit.
But they enjoyed it. And they watched about 10 minutes of their own volition. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm very pleased with that.
My youngest watched about that as well today.
Yeah.
Of her own, she found it herself. Because I said, oh, look, Ian's streaming. I thought she was ignoring me, and then I saw she was on the big computer.
Oh, she found it? Wow, good for her. Well, so
how do you spell Ian, she said. And I said, I-A-I-N. She went, oh, I spelt it I-A-N.
Idiot.
That's what I said.
Oh, that was good. Well, so I'm having a great... Thank you, everyone who's supporting those streams. I'm having such a good time. I found my digital voice, and it's nice and chilled, and it's me, and it's funny, and we have a laugh, and at the moment we're unboxing some retro games. I think tomorrow I'm going to play a bit of Wacky Races, because I was watching this stream thinking, I don't know if it looked like a good game, actually. I'm going to dive into that. Next week I'm taking my Dreamcast apart and installing a flash drive. Oh, it's geeky! In the meantime, the radio show tonight, you can call in about absolutely anything you want. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Tyrone.
Hello, Ian. Hi. Your vibe today, it's something I need. It's nice and chilled out. Yep. It's reminding me of when you broadcast live from Morocco on a rival station about 12 years ago.
Yeah, we did a show live from Marrakesh. It was a brilliant show. We had some great guests. It was fun, that, and unfortunately the signal dropped. It was a great show. We had a good time.
It was great. Yeah, it was a great show from Edgware. I mean, from Morocco. It was a really good thingy. But no, I've been feeling very stressed today, very angry.
Yeah. You're a very angry man, aren't you? With misogynistic tendencies.
With what, sorry?
So go on, why were you angry today?
Just people's behaviours.
Women's?
What's that?
Was it women's behaviour?
No, it was actually male behaviour. People are lacking a lot of compassion in this world.
You're not the lad that spaffed up, that poured milkshake all over the racist man, are you? Was that you?
It definitely wasn't me.
Okay.
I was going to mention that because we really are in Mad Hatter land when that's the headline news. I thought it was a euphemism when I first saw it.
Well, you've seen the pictures. It's 2 days in a row. So that is now. I'm not encouraging it. Don't condone it. But that is apparent. That's now a thing. Is pouring milkshake all over the racist man.
The thing is, you're
forward to tomorrow's.
You're going to get a lot of his supporters probably calling in, but the point is...
No, we won't. They don't know how to use phones unless it's texting their friends about racial abuse.
And it's hard to dial with the knuckles.
Yes, so...
The thing is that he was in Widnes, Warrington and Salford, and those are some of the areas... Salford's got a very high rate of gun crime, and he was attacked with a soft drink because the news are focusing on the milkshake that was, poured over him. I'm not gay. But he was also attacked with some other beverages. And again, the obligatory I'm not gay. But can I add one thing at the end of my call, please?
Yes, go on.
A good group of me and my friends, when you used to be called up by that young lady, Verinda.
Come on, listen. We need to stop. Listen. Here we go.
What?
I like your calls, but stop. We don't. Let's stop focusing on the old days. Let's focus on the present day and the future.
No, I was going to link in the old days to the present.
But just forget the old days are done, and they're there, and I'm proud of most of it, and they're there, and people want to listen to it. It's all out there. But here's the thing: most people listening now,
yes,
don't know the old days. They don't get the "I'm not gay" reference. They don't get Verinda. They don't know.
But I say the "I'm not gay" whenever I'm crossing a road, which is getting a bit awkward.
Wow, that's a technique. I would use the Green Cross Code.
But even though look, I'm not racist. Yeah, some of my best friends are racist.
Yes,
but I was with Connie Huck and my girlfriend Angela, and we were in Warrington.
Okay.
And in the distance, we saw Tommy Robinson, and then Connie Huck said to me, she went, Angie Harmon, Angela Bassett, Angie Everhart, Angie Dickinson, Angela Litvenhall, Angie Stone, Verinda, and Lynn from the Forest Gate, and then Clive Bull popped up. Free Timmy Mallet. Okay. I'm not gay.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. I mean, even I don't get half of those old references.
I don't think he got the Angela game either.
No.
But it was a thing. And you know what? We're in the countryside.
Yeah.
Let's just breathe deep.
Yeah.
And move on.
Let's move on. There's a nice vibe. Let's go to Mark. Mark's. I'm going to say not a great start to the show. So the first 25 minutes of the show have been a little bit lacklustre. So let's go to Mark. Mark's going to raise. Here's the thing. Any show after yesterday's show is going to be disappointing, right? So let's just deal with it. Let's go to Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Catherine.
And hello to you.
This is it.
It's Mark from Nottingham, by the way. Your nemesis. I've had a new number.
I'm going to kill you.
No, not in the countryside.
No, I will dispose of the body in the countryside, but the murder will be in the city. What do you want?
I just wanted to know why people are so shallow.
You better pull up that camping stool. We've got a long talk to have.
Go on. What's happened? What's happened, buddy?
So basically, just people, like, I'm on one of these gay dating apps.
Gay baiting apps?
No, dating.
Dating apps.
I'm so sorry. Why would you have a gay baiting app? What the hell is
Well,
that?
I mean, in some ways they are, aren't they?
Okay. Yeah, so the gay dating apps, yes.
And I used to have just, like, a normal picture on there. Then I updated my picture.
To a dick pic?
No, not to a dick pic.
A muscle one?
That sort of stuff.
Do you have a muscly one or a top off?
No, I was in bed, like, kind of wrapped in my quilt.
Oh.
But the people that I'd messaged in the past had ignored me, and then could I put that picture on there? They've messaged me
because it means
it means join me.
But what gay dating apps are you talking about? Because if you're talking about Grindr, are you talking about Grindr?
I am.
Right. Well, Grindr's not a dating app. Grindr's
it is a baiting app.
Grindr's a screwing app. That's all. It's not for dates. Grindr is it's just for sex, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Oh, come on!
No, it isn't just for that. It isn't.
Come on, man!
It has so much bad press. But isn't it? Well,
no. Hang on. You're taking that as a criticism. I'm not saying that as a criticism. Not saying it as a criticism at all, right? I'm not saying, oh, man, there's an app where gay men can meet and have sex. No, God, no, it's not. I'm not criticising at all, right?
No, I didn't take it like that.
Okay, good, because that's not what I mean. But it's not a date. You don't go on Grindr to find a long-term relationship.
Well, no, that's true. But then I'm figuring out like Tinder.
Tinder as well, I think.
Tinder's a shagging app, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Well, no, see, that is actually a dating app.
Well,
right. Well,
it depends what your idea of a date is.
Well, yeah, it's true. I don't know what I'd call up, because I haven't called up in a while since.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Well, I'm glad you did, but listen, you're not going to... There are other proper, I would imagine, there are other proper dating apps for gay men that are looking for, for romance as opposed to...
Putting themselves in the shop window.
Yeah. Come on, man. You know Grindr's not a dating app. Come on.
Yeah, I do know that, but it's kind of... There is, like, you can have filters on there for what you're looking for.
Okay.
So there is that aspect of it. But yeah.
What other... Well, there must be other... Well, there must be. I don't know what they are, but there must be other dating apps for gay men. What other stuff are there? Because, I can't think of any for the heterosexual people either. But what other apps are there?
Well, there's that Plenty of Fish. I'm not on there, though.
Right. Okay. Is that for gay and straight?
Yeah, for everybody.
For everybody.
All inclusive.
Okay, good. So as is this show. We love everybody.
I don't think everyone I really know, but then there is a couple more homosexual ones.
A couple more homosexual ones. All right, Victorian woman. Well,
let's throw it out to the people who know.
But you're right. I don't know how Tinder. Are you allowed to put sexually suggestive pictures on Tinder?
No, you're not.
Right.
You get blocked if you do that sort of stuff.
Okay. Well,
you can't even send pictures on Tinder.
What do you want? Do you want a blowy or do you want?
I don't want none of that. I've not got time for that with all these long hours there.
Well, how long does it take?
Wait, shit.
How long does it take?
I've got time for that. That's 30 seconds I haven't got.
Well, listen, but yeah, and also, Tinder, Grindr to one side. You talked about people being shallow, but these apps where it is the choice is initially the initial choice is made purely on looks.
Yeah, it's pictures, isn't it?
That is it, and that is what a lot of dating apps are. And I know there are some that will try to match you up with people that meet your algorithms and all of that, but most of them are, he looks hot, I'll have him. He looks horrible. She looks rough. Oh, she's got a nice. That's it? That's all it is.
True.
I wish you luck, Mark.
Thanks, Ian.
Thank you, mate. You're still my deadly nemesis, and so I also wish you bad luck. 0344 499 1000. All dating apps are superficial, I would imagine. Well, I mean, I've never seen Tinder, but it's you swipe one way if someone's hot, and it's literally it's like a millisecond, isn't it? Not hot, not hot, not hot, hot, not hot, hot, hot. It's that.
Exactly. And the other thing is, that kind of encourages people to put their best selves on or a better version of themselves on. So you're never going to, you'd be very lucky if you get exactly what you think you swiped for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it encourages people to be super... unless that's what you want, but, to be super superficial.
Super superficial.
Yeah.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. On air and off the leash. On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're very, very welcome. Let's go to David. Good evening, David.
Hiya.
Hello, David.
Hiya. I just heard you mention Tommy Robinson before, and I just wanted to know from you, how come he's a racist? What's he ever said that's racist? I've followed him for maybe
Okay,
about
well,
three
did
years.
you know what? You carry on following him. He's a thick racist, and if I'm not going to explain it to you, there's loads of videos where he says racist things.
You can't go around spewing.
Oh, David, go away. There you go. Build up. Just calm down, David. A swear word or two may have snuck out there. I do apologise. We don't think it did, but as always, this show, we don't like swearing of that language. We don't like Fs and we don't like Ws. So if a swear did get out, I humbly apologise. It was not our intention at all. Didn't come from me and Catherine. We pressed the dump button, so we pressed it twice. Well done, Catherine. You spotted the first one. So hopefully that didn't get out. David, we're going to let you come back on, which we don't normally do, and I could get in trouble for if you swear again, all right? So just try and grow up. Sam's going to let me know when we have the delay is built back to the maximum, because I think we're going to need it all for this guy. And David, here's the thing. You're not on the air yet. You will be. I can't let you on the air until we've got the delay back, okay? The dump screen is broken, is it? Okay, man alive. All right, well, we'll give it a minute. Here's the thing, right? Isn't it funny? There's loads of video evidence that proves Tommy Robinson's a racist. Throwing around the P word, the M word. There's loads of video, right? But if you want to have a reasonable, reasoned, calm debate, then do it. You coming on, being aggressive, throwing out F words and W words and things like that, and being, very verbally aggressive, doesn't look good on you, and it doesn't look good on your Führer. So just, I'm going to bring you back in, but just watch your language. Just try and calm down, son, all right? David, you're back on the air.
Hello. Sorry about that. Got a bit angry.
I accept your apology. It takes a big man to apologise, and I accept your apology. Thank you. Now, try and do it again. We'll try and do it again, but without the anger and without the language. Away you go.
Right, okay, right. I want to know, because it happens all the time. Only on Talk Radio, I only hear this.
Well, it's not only on Talk Radio. It's on other radio stations as well.
Right. But no, listen. What has Tommy said? That's racist, because I've never heard a racist word come out of his mouth. I know what the meaning of racist is. I know what it is. Okay. I work with Asian people all the time. I'm not a racist person, and I support Tommy Robinson 1,000%. I just want to know from you what's he said that's racist. Come on, I want an answer, because I'm getting really annoyed about it. The people are going round saying...
If you calm down, I'll tell you. If you calm down, I'll tell you. Is the P word racist? Describing people of colour as the P word. Is that racist?
And has he ever used that word?
Can you answer the question? Is the P word describing a brown person, a person of colour, is racist? Well, then Tommy Robinson's a racist, because there's video... Can I finish? Can I finish, David? David,
now you're saying
David, can I finish making my point, or are you just going to shout at me?
Go on then, go on. Yeah,
okay.
I'll let you.
Because there's video footage of him describing as a taxi driver as a little P word who drives a car. You've just said that word is racist. There's video evidence of him using that word.
No, there isn't. I'm sorry, there isn't. No chance. I've watched this guy for maybe 3 or 4 years. Never once. Never ever once.
They're actually okay. Well, just be quiet. Hang on a second. Let's just close the temp flat for a second. Here we go. There we go. I might have to hover the dump over this. Let's see.
Move over, because me coming through, and this is what me and we're going to do. I'm going to punch you in the head, I kick you in the face, because I am the king of the whole Islam race. No matter where I've gone in the world, I score. I'll show you tonight. As soon as we get in this pub.
Be quiet, listen. Be quiet.
I've gone to Qatar, bruv. I've gone to Doha. The school gear of the sesh while they're all praying. I've gone everywhere, mate. Everywhere. Every city I've gone to. When we went to Germany for the World Cup, I was like, see you later, lads. Where you going? I'm going to find out. And then that's it. We're on. So tonight, I'm in some hell. Knows where. But can I get a taxi? Taxi? Little that drives a car.
There we go. There's him using the P word, which you said he's never done.
I didn't hear it then. All I heard was bleep, bleep, bleep.
David,
bleep, bleep.
David, you're not good enough for this, mate. You go off and you go off and goose. You go off, mate. I've just played you, David. I've just played you evidence. David, David, I've just played you evidence that he's used.
No,
David,
you haven't played me evidence at all. No, you haven't.
All right, you're right. It's been edited. It's been edited by the main
video. And who was he with? A group of Asian lads.
Right.
So
hang on, David. You've said he's never used the P word.
I've never heard him use.
All right, David. David. Okay, you're right. All right, fine. Tommy.
All he does is stick up for this country. That's all he does.
Okay,
you
David.
Don't like it. Have you heard what's going on? Have you woke up? Have you seen what's going on in this country?
Why don't you wake me up? Educate. David, calm down, because you're just making yourself look like a thick thug, so calm down.
How am I?
By shouting and getting angry when we're trying to have a grown-up discussion. You're behaving worse than my 9-year-old when I tell him to turn the Xbox off. Calm down.
Yeah, but...
You're behaving worse than my son when I ask him to stop playing Fortnite. Calm down, mate.
No, you're not listening properly, though, are you?
I'm not going to listen to someone who's shouting. I'll send you to your room.
Listen,
I'm going to turn the internet off and I'll put the Xbox in the garage. Now calm down and I'll talk to you.
Yeah, listen.
Calm.
Okay.
Don't. I'm not going to listen until you calm down. What I want you to do is I want you to take in a nice deep breath and hold it for me, please. Would you do that?
Yes.
Go on then. Take in a deep breath. That's it. Hold it. Let it out. Now I want you to take in a deeper one because that felt very shallow to me. So take in a deep breath. Away you go.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Away you go. Good lad. Can't hear it. I want to hear it.
That's because I'm holding it in.
You got to suck it. I want to hear you sucking it in.
No. Can we talk now?
Yeah, as long as you stay calm. You raise your voice one more time, you're off.
Right, okay.
What's going on? What's going on? Why are you so angry?
I won't raise my voice whatsoever.
Good.
But
what's going on? Why are you so angry?
I'm angry because all that guy is stuck up for this country, and all people from the left, shall we say, hate him.
It's not just people from the left. It's David, calm down. David, calm down. Let's have a conversation, but you need to calm down, son, all right? Let's have a conversation. It's not just people from the left that hate him. There are people from the right that dislike him as well.
Mostly from the left.
No. Where have you got your stats from?
Mostly from the left.
Where have you got your stats from? There are people from the right that don't like him as well. I've heard Jacob Rees-Mogg say that he doesn't like him. So people from the right don't like him as well. Right.
Yeah.
What are you so
two-faced anyway, isn't he?
Whatever.
We found that out.
Okay. What are you scared about?
I'm not scared enough.
You sound scared, mate. You told me that there's stuff going on in this country that I should be scared about.
There's stuff going on in this country.
Like what?
All sorts happening. We've got grooming gangs. We've got knife crime.
Right.
So
how is Tommy Robinson What is Tommy Robinson doing to stop knife crime?
Tommy Robinson's got. I'm just saying, there's a whole lot.
No. Well, okay. Well, what is Tommy Robinson, David? Jesus.
Listen.
No, don't tell me, son.
No, listen.
No. It don't work like that. It don't work. Now you're not on the air. It doesn't work like that, right? It's my show. When I'm talking, they can't hear you. We're having a conversation, and this is the problem with elements of your group, right? Is that you think you can shout people down. You can't shout me down. I'll talk to you. You've already had a longer crack than any other caller tonight. I'll talk to you, but I won't have you shout me down. I won't have you bully me, and I won't have you intimidate me. You should have been cut off by the rules of Ofcom, the governing body of radio. I should have cut you off when you called me an effing W 3 or 4 times at the start of the call. But I put my job on the line to spend a little bit of time with you because I know that you're a good man, right? Should have cut you off. If you swore again, I'd be out, right? But I'm trusting you because I know you're a good man. But you've got to calm down and you've got to engage in a conversation. Right, I'll bring you back on the air now. What is Tommy Robinson doing to stop knife crime?
It's not just knife crime, though, is it?
Well, it's not just knife crime. But what is he doing? Let's go through it one at a time. What is Tommy Robinson doing to stop knife crime? Nothing.
He's
Right.
letting people know what's going on in the country.
Well, okay, tell me one thing he's doing.
More than our politicians are.
So he's not helping.
He goes on YouTube.
He's not helping.
He goes all around the country.
David, we can't have a conversation, mate. We can't have a conversation. I shouldn't have let you back on after the awful, foul-mouthed abuse that you fired at me, and I'm trying to have a conversation, mate, and you won't. Stop saying listen. Stop saying listen, because here's the thing. Here's what I do, and you don't. When I'm engaged in a conversation, I listen. So you don't need to give me that instruction. Just assume I'm listening, all right? We can't have a conversation because you don't do the one thing you keep telling me to do. You don't listen.
Right. I am trying to listen, but, you know, you just want to concentrate on the knife crime, but that isn't just
you
what
brought it up, David. You brought it. Well, then bring up something. In that case, bring up something that's relevant to this conversation, please. Bring up something that's relevant to the conversation.
All the censoring, the grooming gangs. He's
doing all of the grooming gangs.
Brexit, the veterans.
Hang on, one at a time. One at a time. David, one at a time, mate.
Okay, come on.
So he's covering all the grooming gangs, is he?
Most of it, yeah. We wouldn't have known about it without him.
Well, we would have done, but he's covering all of the grooming gangs, yeah?
Well, he obviously can't be everywhere at the same time, can he?
Which of the white grooming gangs is he covering?
And where are these white grooming gangs? Because I've seen paedophiles.
You've never heard of a white grooming gang?
I've heard of white paedophiles,
right?
But not.
Why is he not
grooming gangs?
Have you never heard of the? Have you never, David?
It's right now.
Hey, David, have you never heard of like the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Right, and they don't. I'm not saying they all do. Of course, but they've not got a history of child sex abuse.
You're trying to put it in the same perspective, and it's nowhere near the same.
Why is he not talking about white paedophiles?
Well, the same reason you are.
Sorry.
The same reason you are.
No, I'm not talking about any paedophiles. He's talking about brown paedophiles. Why is he not talking about white paedophiles? The reason I'm not is because this is a light-hearted entertainment show where we talk about Beach Boys B-sides and playing video games. That's why I'm not talking about it. Why is he only focusing on the brown paedophiles and not the white paedophiles?
I don't buy that at all.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because he's a racist. That's why.
He isn't.
Well, then why isn't he focusing on the white paedophiles?
How is that racist? How is it?
You genuinely can't see it, can you? He's focusing on the brown paedophiles,
what I'm saying to you is,
but not the white ones. Well, why? If he were focusing on paedophiles, if he were focusing on let me finish. If he were focusing on paedophiles,
yeah,
whatever, then it wouldn't matter. Look, David, I'm bored of this conversation. Thank you for coming on.
Right.
Yeah, but you're bored of it because you don't know the truth.
No, I'm bored of it because I've just realised that I've actually... David, will you listen? Will you listen, you horrible, thick little man? Listen, I'm bored of it. Shut up. David, shut up and listen. You've been nothing but rude. I'm bored of it.
How have I?
Will you listen?
Nothing but rude. I am listening.
You called me an effing W 3 times. Can I tell you why I'm bored of it?
I thought we sorted it out.
David, no, we didn't sort it out. Can I tell you why
why did you keep bringing it up then?
David, will you listen? Will you listen? Like you keep telling me to. Shut up. The reason I'm bored of it is because I've realised that by talking about your Führer, I've actually broken quite a big rule of the radio, so I need to cover my arse and mention everybody else that's involved in elections. That's why I'm bored of it, because I've broken the rules, because we're not supposed to speak about people while there are elections on. So, David, I thank you for your time. I accept your apology, and thanks for your call.
Yep, okay. Thank you.
There you go. Catherine, thank you for covering my ass.
So
a bit of paper. Thank you, Johnny Hearn.
Obviously, in the name of balance, we've got to mention...
Thank you.
...that there are 8 seats currently 3 currently elected as UKIP, 3 Labour and 2 Conservatives in the North West elections for the European elections. Parties running are Brexit Party, Change UK, Conservatives, English Democrats, Green, Labour, Liberal Democrats, the UK European Union Party and UKIP, plus independent candidates Mohammed Aslam and Tommy Robinson.
Do we have any of the names of the other candidates?
No,
Do we need
that's
to read
all
that?
we need to read out.
Well, let's read them out again one more time, and I'm glad. Thank you, John Hearn, for bringing that in, and thank you, Catherine, for bringing that to my attention.
Right, so the parties running in this election, which covers 8 seats, 3 currently elected as UKIP, 3 Labour, 2 Conservative. The parties running are Brexit Party, Change UK, Conservatives, English Democrats, Green, Labour, Liberal Democrats, UK European Union Party, UKIP, plus the independent candidates Mohammed Aslam and Tommy Robinson.
Thank you very much. This is Talk Radio.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444 991 1000 is the phone number. Let's what a vibe. Let's go to Chris. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening.
Oh, jeez. Yes, Chris.
Don't say oh, gee.
Oh, well, you just sap the life force from me.
Oh, no. I listen to your show every night. So, and then you insult me.
Okay, and yet you still call in. Hey,
yeah.
hang on a minute. The polls closed at 10 o'clock. Yes, Catherine, we're free. The polls closed at 10 o'clock. We were shitting ourselves in the ad break. We thought that we were going to get sacked, but the polls closed at 10 o'clock. Yeah!
Are you having a go at me again?
No, I was singing a song because during that break, me and Catherine thought we were going to get the sack.
Well, I hope not. I'm going to ring up about you talk to that chap. I think his name is Roger, I think.
Right, okay, and yes.
He said he was blind.
Yes.
I went to the hospital last week. Oh, they had a go at me. Yeah.
Right.
My eyes are knackered.
Yeah, we know you're blind. What can we do for you tonight, Chris?
Well, I was slightly disappointed with that last caller, actually.
Well, I don't want to talk about that last caller, so what else can we do for you?
No, I used
Chris.
to have a girlfriend.
Oh, Jesus.
She was French-Algerian.
Right.
And I used to speak to...
But, Chris, this is going nowhere, and it's taking forever to get there, so I'm going to say thanks very much for the call.
You always do this.
And good night. Let's go to Andy. Good evening, Andy.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Cass. How are you both?
Very, very well. Thank you. What have you got for us?
Just a few things, really. First of all, long-time podcast listener, second-time caller.
That's not a thing. I was about to ring the bell. That's not a thing. That's most definitely not a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I was listening to the podcast earlier when you were trying to...
Yes.
Find somewhere to go on holiday with your son.
Oh, yeah. Yes. What have you got?
Yes. What do your sons and yourself think about Lego?
I hate the stuff. The boys absolutely love it.
Okay, because I was doing some research the other night.
Oh, yeah.
£30 flight, £30 accommodation, and £20 a ticket to get into the home of Lego over in Denmark.
Now, do you get into the home of Lego, or do you stand 150 metres away from it?
You get into the home
Where
of Lego.
we
Lego
go.
House.
Then this is my kind of thing, baby.
It's called the Lego House.
The Lego House. Okay. And what happens in there?
I've never been, but I've seen loads of YouTube videos of it because I am one of those saddos that is a massive Lego fan.
No, it's not a saddo for it. If you like it, then you like it. That's cool. And I've got nothing. My boys love it, and I know that a lot of adults love it, and they make amazing things. It's never appealed to me, Andy. Even as a kid, I had it, and it was like I don't know what to do with it. But I've seen my boys make magical things out of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
I do I do also have another question for you. Sorry.
I know you have nothing to apologise for. It's all good.
What time is your stream tomorrow? Because I'll help you get to that partnership.
Oh, mate. Do you know what? I'm not totally sure I'm doing one tomorrow because I've got to go. Well, I don't. Let me rephrase that, because I'm choosing to go and see my eldest play cricket tomorrow. So I'm not totally sure. But if you subscribe to twitch.tv/... follow. You don't need to subscribe. Twitch.tv/Iain Lee. If you follow... I think that will alert you when I go on, and I'm going to try and go on at the weekend at some point, and we're going to become I'm going to become a partner, Andy, and you're going to be part of what is an amazing journey.
Yes, it will be, because I will be watching it on 4 or 5 different devices to try and help you out.
This guy is a legend. Andy, you're a good man. Thank you. And thank you for thinking of my kids. Gatford, stay there. We'll come to you after the news. Right. 1 hour down, weird vibe. How weird will it get in the second hour? 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative. Ian and Kath, weeknights from 10. Don't forget, you can listen on DAB, you can download the app, or you can go to talkradio.co.uk. The Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
There we go. Well, that's the news. The news has been removed because of Purda. There's been a Purda. That's the news done then, is it? They just gone home early? No one's bothered? No one's interested in the news? Well, this is the way it should be. I would love to... It's back, is it? Flipping heck.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
My luck was so bad, I thought I used up all the luck I had. Every time I thought I'd get it on, someone put me on. There's been a strange, my life's gone through a change, somehow I know. Bad luck's in the past, all good things here at last, so now we'll grow. There's been a change.
Beach Boys did some of the best B-sides ever. Listen to the end. That noise is going up. Brilliant. It's one of the best songs. What was that? The B-side too. That wasn't. wasn't the B-side. I'm the only person in this room that might know. It wasn't the B-side to Good Vibrations. I can look it up. Celebrate the News would have been a later one. Would it have been... I'm going to put my neck on the line. I'm going to say it was the B-side to Do It Again. Hang on, I've got to Google it now. Be with you in a second, guys. What was Celebrate the News by the Beach Boys, the B-side to? I'm going to say Do It Again. No, Breakaway. All right, fine, that makes sense. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Oh, OK, well, that food is legit that's downstairs for us.
Is it?
It's from... well, OK, listen... Don't do it again, because it's naughty, but thank you. It's from Reed Robell, one of my Twitch streamers. There is food. I'm stuffed because we've eaten, but I don't know if Paul and John or Sam wants to have it. Do you want to go and see? Because Sam's gone off, I think, to... Well, here's the thing. We often get sent food by lunatics. Do you want to go and see where he is and just see if he wants to dish it out?
Yeah, or shall I wait till Sam comes back, then I'll go.
Go. I'm not going to talk about politics.
Well, yeah, even so.
I'm not going to talk about anything.
Well, even so.
OK, all right, fine. Well, if you have to hold my hand, then you have to hold my hand. They don't trust me to do a radio show since I had a breakdown, Gatford.
No, it's not that at all.
They don't. Of course it is. Well,
no, it's not. It's just that...
They don't trust me to do a radio show.
I don't want to get into trouble.
Since I had a breakdown, Gatford.
I was going to mention one thing.
Yes.
The elections that you mentioned don't actually take place.
All right, no, we know.
Yeah,
let's not talk about it. We've got it sorted, mate.
Yeah, I'm very... I just want to...
Well, then just stop saying it. Stop saying it. Right, Sam? You're right. Jesus Christ. Right. OK, what do you want?
Right, OK. I was thinking around the idea of how you can make some money up in Glasgow.
Here we go. This is what we need, because we're going to lose money. Let's make some money.
So, two options. Number one, I know you're flying up there, so I imagine you didn't say you're spending that much time, so maybe you're not taking that much luggage.
No, we're taking hand luggage.
So, maybe fill a suitcase with a few T-shirts, flog them up then.
We only get a tiny percentage of the T-shirts. Here's the thing, I did that once, and you then have to pay to get all the merch made up, and I did. That's why it was my last few shows. I gave away a load of stuff because and I lost a load of money on it.
Okay, second option.
Yes.
It's one that no need to take any of the merchandise.
Yes.
Other than, maybe it might be a nice idea just for the people of Glasgow.
Yes.
That you charge them £5 English or Scottish pounds to record their answer phone message.
Oh, now we're talking.
Just a one-off. This is not you hanging around the begging bowl.
This is it.
Just for the people of Glasgow.
Work. This is actual work.
Iain Lee will personally record your voicemail with a personal greeting.
Yep.
For those who attend.
Yeah, fine. Do it. Yeah, £10 a pop, I reckon. I came third in the jungle.
Yeah.
I came third. Yes, I did, mate. I came third. And I should have come second, but it was 0.0.
Did you eat anything while you were there? Can't remember.
I had a pig's vagina, mate.
Did people vote for you for do loads of tasks?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, there goes the vibe, guys. Catherine, what have you got?
Charming as ever. Parrot.
Yes.
Arrested.
Oh, yeah. John Parrot's been arrested before.
No,
drugs?
an actual parrot.
Oh, blimey.
A bird's been taken into custody after a raid.
What? Bird's been taken into a what?
Into custody after a raid on a suspected dealer's home in Villa Irma Dulce in the state of Piauí.
Yes.
The feathered felon raised the alarm as police entered the premises earlier this week. As soon as the police got close, he started shouting. He must have been trained for this, says Brazilian police's Major Melo. A Brazilian journalist who attempted to interview the imprisoned parrot on Tuesday described it as super obedient.
Yes.
He said the bird had not uttered a word since its arrest. So far, it hasn't made a sound, completely silent. Local vet Alexandra Clark confirmed the parrot had refused to squawk.
Oh.
Lots of police officers have come by and he said nothing.
I don't trust parrots.
Despite the well-trained parrot raising the alarm, 3 suspects were arrested at the property. A woman named India, a man and his daughter arrested.
Was it India?
India has been reportedly arrested twice before for drug trafficking.
Hey, come on, guys. Stop trafficking those drugs.
Efforts have been made to free the bird. Environmentalist Jacqueline Latosta told a local newspaper, Mayo Norte, that she'd gone to the police station and attempted to secure the bird's freedom. On Wednesday, the bird was taken to a local zoo where zookeepers hoped to train it how to fly, according to major Brazilian news outlet.
That bird should have sung like a canary. I hate parrots.
Hasn't said a word.
I don't trust parrots.
There is a look in the eye that I don't trust.
They can't think, can they? Parrots can't think.
Oh, I think they're clever.
No, can they? But they don't know. Okay, what I mean is they don't know the words that they're saying. They don't understand that, do they?
No, I think it's just mimicking, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I have seen them ride bikes. I think they are quite smart.
No, well, I've seen chickens dance. So you tell me who is the smartest out of chickens and parrots, and I'll show you. Chris is back. Good evening, Chris. Always good to talk to you, mate. What have you got for us?
Right. Can you tell me who's the most intelligent? A Welshman, an Englishman, or an Irishman?
I don't know. You tell me. Because this is like to me a lot of fun.
Well, you keep on hanging up on me.
If you're the Welshman, it's not you.
Pardon?
Hello?
Right, I'm going to do it to you now.
Please.
I'm going to hang up on you.
Before you hang up, Chris, could I ask one thing?
Go on.
Could I have a bit of my vibe back that you've been sucking off me for the last couple of years? Would that be possible?
What do you mean?
Just you keep sucking my vibe off, and I would love to have just a little bit of it back, 'cause it's a little bit low this evening.
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, you come on, and the show's bouncing along, and every time you leave...
Okay, all right,
I just noticed that there's a bit of the vibe has gone, and I'm maybe you're putting it in your pocket, I don't know where you're hiding it. Could we have some of it back, please, buddy?
Oh, I do apologise, sorry. I'm sorry.
Can I have some of it back?
I can't believe he said that.
Oh, come on, Chris, for crying out loud. You know the tone of the show. It's all banter.
I know. That's why I keep on listening to it every evening.
Jeez, you should be on with Keith and we should get Keith and Kelly and Chris together.
Pardon?
Hello?
Say again?
We had a really good couple of callers yesterday called Kelly and Chris that I think you might like.
I really enjoyed that.
I think you'd get on... Kelly and Keith, I think you'd get on with those guys. Yes, they got you back. We turned that corner. It
was quite funny, actually.
We found an ending to the Italian job, and we got that truck back over the cliff, the right side of the cliff there. What do you want?
I don't mean to sort of be so down and...
No, OK, well then just get to the point. Here's the thing, just get to the point.
I haven't got a point.
OK, thank you so much for your call, Chris. Let's go to Lavinya. Good evening, Lavinya.
Oh, hi. Good evening, Ian.
Good evening,
and
Lavinya.
Also, good evening, Catherine.
The Catherine. Did you say the Catherine?
No, she said
Catherine.
The Catherine.
Sorry.
Hello. Sorry.
What I'd like to share, actually, my experience about birds and parrots, okay?
Okay.
And it happened, actually, 20 years ago, I had a parrot, and it was an African grey.
Oh.
And you was talking about parrots and sort of birds are not intelligent. Well, I would say, because I used to have a parrot and a macaw, that they are intelligent.
Prove it.
And
how much money did they make? How much money did they make?
Well, they didn't make me any money, but I'll tell you what they are good at: security.
Oh, jeez.
Because on 2 occasions, I had an African grey, and his name was Peter the parrot.
Her name?
No, him. He was called Peter.
The parrot.
Right? Yeah.
Was the parrot his name, or is that just a description?
Surname.
Is his name, yeah.
Peter the
And he was an African
grey.
Grey. And I'll tell you something now, Ian. They are intelligent, African greys.
You haven't given me any evidence. Was he tasty?
Well, sorry, he was tasty. He was absolutely unbelievable, because I'll tell you why.
How did you cook him?
Every time I used to put a record on, he used to start dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? And then I used to put him in the hallway, because he used to be on a sort of like a perch out the cage sort of thing, and he was on a big perch.
Yes.
And I used to have him on the hallway, and every now and then I used to be sitting in my lounge with my friend, having a cup of coffee at night, say, about 12 o'clock in the evening, yeah?
Yes.
And we used to be sitting there, and all of a sudden there used to be a knock at the door.
Hello?
And someone saying to me, "Who's that, Lavinya? Who's that?" And I say, "God, I think it's Peter the parrot." And he used to just walk in casually, like he...
Right, well, you've just proven to me that parrot was thick.
Well, I don't know about thick.
Shall I tell you? He walked in, right?
Yeah.
He's a parrot. He could have flown in.
No, but the reason why he walked in... Hold on, Ian.
I'm holding on.
The door was a glass panels, yeah?
Yes.
And he has a beak, and he, like, tapped on the door.
Hello, come in.
And
That's the panels.
a friend of mine said, "Who's that, Lavinya? Who's that?" And I said, "Oh, my God, who's that?" And all of a sudden, he hit it with his beak, and he just casually walked in.
Yes.
Though he wanted to join in our sort of conversation. And also, can I tell you another thing, an incident? I also had a Moroccan cockatoo.
Hang on. Your example that parrots are intelligent.
They are.
Was him knocking on the door and walking in?
Well, that it's just having a parrot as a pet. You would know, you would understand. You know, when you hear this old saying, "Oh, he has a bird brain. It's small." Yes. Bird brain means sort of thick. Let me tell you this now, Ian.
Yeah.
Please, you do not underestimate birds.
You've not given me any evidence they're any intelligent, Lavinya!
All right, I'm going to give you one.
Okay.
Please let me hear.
Okay.
Hear this one.
Yeah, we know.
I had a Moroccan cockatoo, okay?
Hear me know.
And in the middle of the night...
Hear me know.
All right, he was on a perch.
Hear me know.
In the hallway again.
Ali G, hear me know.
No, listen to this.
Hear me know, Ali G. Right, the punani.
Oh. Hold on. Right.
Me Julie. Me Julie.
Hold on. No.
Is it because I was black?
Yes, and he had a huge, big black beak. He was a Moroccan.
Is it because his beak was black?
And his eyes were like marble.
Hear me know. Ali G in the house.
He had this
Ali G in the house.
She's so patient.
Crest on his head.
Ali G in the house. Hear me know.
Well, I don't know about that.
Me Julie.
But let me tell you this now. I need to tell you this. He was on a perch. Right? And every time...
Is it because I was black?
Yeah. Every time... This is funny. Now, I'm going to tell you something really funny.
Would you die for the cause? What? Even the Minger?
I don't know about that, but I need to tell you this... because this is really funny. This is so funny, you will be laughing your head off.
Do you know what? 20 years after everyone else was doing it, I'm really enjoying doing Ali G impressions for the first time in my life. I've political and personal reasons why I've never done them before.
You need to hear this, Ian, because
hear me now.
So funny.
Hear me now. Ali G in the house.
This Moroccan cockatoo that used to sit on the perch.
You're saying Moroccan wrong.
No, Moroccan.
Yeah, you're saying it wrong. You're saying Moroccan. Wrong.
No, not R.
Oh,
M.
she's got a speech defect. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pick up on it. Sorry.
For mother. Moroccan cockatoo.
Can I ask?
Yeah, go on.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Go on.
Do you like a cockatoo?
Oh, come on.
I love a cockatoo.
Good girl. Away you go.
I love it. Right, thank you, Ian, right? But
thank you, G, for that.
This was so funny, right?
Of course it was G.
I was in my lounge, right? And this was in the daytime. And every now and then, he used to make this screaming noise, right?
Hear me now!
It sounded like somebody was being strangled, honestly. Yeah? And every time a passerby actually walked past my window, they would stop and look at my window thinking that somebody was being murdered.
And then 20 years later, the police came round and found 15 bodies under your floorboards. It turns out you have been murdering and you used the cockatoo as an excuse.
No, but it's even better than that.
There were 30 bodies!
I'll tell you what happened. I went to the pet shop because all the neighbours were complaining.
Hear me now.
Because they were thinking that somebody was being strangled in my flat.
Aye.
And I...
Would you die for the cause?
The pet shop.
What,
no,
even the Minger?
No. What happened, I went to the pet shop, the vet, and I said, look, how...
Do you think you think everyone should be caned at school? Aye.
Not really, but I...
did you get caned at school?
No, I went to the vet, Ian.
Me did. Aye.
Ian, this is really funny. This is going to make you laugh.
Not as funny as Ali G.
Well, let me tell you this now. Let me finish it because it's so funny, honestly.
Okay.
I went to the vet because I thought in a minute I'm going to be evicted, yeah?
Yeah.
So I went to the vet and I said, please help me.
And you should have gone to your landlord.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Was the vet your landlord? That's a coincidence.
No, I went to the vet and I asked him...
Did he know where your landlord was? Because you needed to speak to him about not being evicted. Did you go to the council?
And I explained to him about my Moroccan cockatoo. Do you know what he said to me?
You're saying Moroccan wrong.
No, Moroccan.
Yeah, that's not the bit you're getting wrong.
What am I getting wrong then?
Rockin'. if this cockatoos are rocking, don't come a knocking.
All right, honey.
'Cause I'm gonna
anyway, what happened? My Moroccan, I said to him, how can I stop him screaming at night? Because he was on a big perch. I mean, he wasn't in a cage. And he said to me, the only way over that, Lavinya, I said, tell me, please, because I'm going to be evicted. He actually said to me, no, you're not going to believe this, Ian.
Did he say, hear me now? Hear me now?
He said to me, the only way you're going to get over that, Lavinya, is get a brown paper bag.
Is it because I's brown?
Yeah, a brown paper bag, put some holes in it, and actually put it over his head.
Aye.
I said, no.
Aye.
I said, yes, it will stop everything. And do you know what? I got this... No,
You just snapped its neck.
I've got this brown paper bag,
yes.
and I put it on his head at night, and he just sat there with his brown paper bag, and he was silent all night, and I thought, you know what? That is absolutely brilliant.
OK, thanks very much for your call. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. We're going to go to Matt. Good evening, Matt.
Booyakasha!
Booyakasha! That was the other one. I couldn't think. I've never done an Ali G impression. Yeah, OK. I've never done one before, and I couldn't remember any of it. All I could remember was the joke about the cause.
I had to look it up.
It was funny, Ali G. I liked Ali G.
He was, yeah, he was good. He's what's happened to him though? He's kind of disappeared off.
I think after that brief burst of popularity, he just disappeared and
sad, isn't it?
Didn't see him again. Sad. It's just the way it goes for some people. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters.
That's media.
What you got for us, Matt?
Firstly, apologise for giving you the wrong information about Purda. It's not over because of
no, we got it. We're all good. But thank you. We're all good. We're all good.
Moving on.
I
just wanted to have a little bit of a boast. First of all, because I got my membership card today, and I'm number 100.
Beautiful. Lucky 100, my favourite. You're my favourite. 100 is my favourite of all of the cards.
I knew I would be. It's nothing to do with it being completely random, and it's entirely because you think I'm...
Whoa, Matt, you're off the air! Stay there! What the hell happened? What you didn't hear there, dear listener, was Matt, out of nowhere, said abso-effing-lutely.
I'm shocked.
What is going on? This is 2 nights in a row. Sam's face. Sam can't believe it. Look, I can't believe it. Well, 2 nights in a row... When the show was just... Right, we're bringing you back on. Just calm down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm going to turn the car back. I don't deserve it.
What happened, Matt?
I'm not worthy.
Have you had a little pint or a cheeky little spliff or something tonight? What's happened?
I've completely given up alcohol. And so
maybe you should start drinking again.
Maybe I should. Maybe it would moderate my tone. I'm deeply embarrassed. Very sorry.
Not as embarrassed as we are. So let's be British. Let's not draw any more attention to it. We know it's an accident. Let's move on. So, right.
The other thing I wanted to boast about is that today...
was the C word. The other thing I wanted to say was the C word.
No, I'm not going to do that. I would never drop the C bomb.
No.
On live or otherwise media.
No,
I went shopping today for clothes for the first time in about a year.
Yeah.
And I got into a pair of 36-inch jeans.
Yes,
and the last time I tried trousers on, I was a 40-inch.
Yes.
And I could barely do them up.
Yes.
I was still a fat kid.
That's no. 36. I'm 30. I was 34 for so long, and I'm not going to be a 34 again. And I've accepted that. 36 is great. That'll be inspiring, because I know that there are a few of our listeners, Nelly included, who are trying to lose a little bit of weight. And Nelly just posted about half an hour ago that he's lost... I didn't see exactly how much, but he's lost a few kilograms. He's going in the right direction. So that's going to inspire him, Matt. So well done.
Good. It's inspiring for me. It really is. I mean, it's just like...
It's a big thing, man. Well, it's not so big now, but it's an exciting thing.
Well, it's just, I'd given up for so long. After the whole situation with divorcing and going through all that crap, I just thought, well, it doesn't matter, does it? It's might as well just pile on the pounds, eat takeaways every night and not care. It doesn't matter if I live or die. And actually got to the point now where I think I was listening to a podcast of yours from the other day about saying what was your greatest feeling in life. And my greatest feeling, apart from the birth of my kids, was the day I realised that being divorced was a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That was a big revelation for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I went and bought an Apple Watch today because I think I'm going to get really fit. I'm going to do all the running and the jogging and the.
You needed to spend £700 on a watch. Why?
No, I got a cheap one. I got the last generation one, second hand.
Right. How much was that?
290, which is still stupid money.
So you spent £300 on a watch, and your thinking was because you want to get fit, you're going to buy an expensive watch. Just run me through that.
I wanted to spend money because I wanted to make myself feel precious by spending money on it.
All right, well that's fine. That's fine.
With a view to being all active and fit, and I also bought some other stuff, smallish bits of furniture and other bits and pieces for my house move. Yeah. And then as I was getting it all out of the car, I completely did my back in. So now I can't barely walk.
Old man, your back is done in.
Yeah,
what you need to do is you need to go and buy a load of old video games, because that's what I'm doing, and sit on your back side and play video games. That's all I'm doing now.
Yeah, maybe.
Take it easy. Stretch, gentle stretches.
Yeah, I've done lots of stretching.
Yeah,
so I'm hopefully going to be back on form tomorrow, but I'm determined to turn around the whole kind of the last 2 years of just being like, who cares if I live or die? Let's just get on with
Hey, well, listen, and even if you don't feel like that tomorrow, because you might slip back to
no, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the thing.
Exactly.
The fact that you felt that at all today is a brilliant sign, because you might feel it tomorrow, and that's great, but you might not, and if you don't, well, you'll have the feeling that you had today to remind you that this too shall pass.
Yeah, we'll come back, and it's just a gradual incline towards the top again, which I think I'm on now, which a few months ago I would never have seen as being possible. So anyone who's listening and thinking it's all dreadful, well, yeah, it probably is, but things can get better, and they probably will.
Nice one, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, cool.
Keep at it, really, Matt. Cheers, man. Oh, I cut him off, but he did drop an F-bomb earlier, so he deserves that. Good evening, Gerry.
Hello.
Hello, Gerry.
That's all what you have second hand.
Does what?
That's all what you have the second hand.
Do all watches or Apple Watches?
Apple Watches.
No.
All watches have second hand.
They're digital. Mine doesn't, because I've got a calculator watch. Is he doing a joke? He's doing a joke, is he? What joke is he doing? Because I don't get it.
I got my deliveries late.
He thought all watches
had a second hand.
Yeah. But what? What's the joke?
Because you got your minutes and your seconds. Hands.
I love the Dave Allen joke about
Matt was saying he bought a second-hand watch.
Right. So what's the joke?
Second hand, because it's got a second hand.
But mine hasn't. Mine's a digital watch. Mine's a calculator watch. So, so your joke is cancelled.
It's fallen on stony ground.
It's fallen on very stony ground and been kicked to the side of the curb. And you should be ashamed of this. No wonder you're getting turfed out of that home. It's not, as we thought, because it's run by soulless a-holes. It's because you're unfunny. I did an interview with your local paper yesterday or today. I can't remember when. Spoke to a very nice... Yeah, I did. Spoke to a very nice lady called Belinda, who I think is going to be in touch, because she might come and visit you. I'm not sure. Really nice lady.
I'll be correct. I'm going soon.
Well, don't worry. Richard's put me in touch with her. And she said, well, tell me what Gerry's like. And I said, right, well, Gerry is a phoner to our show, caller to our show. And I'm going to be honest, he's one of the unfunniest callers we have. But I believe everybody deserves the right to come on air, whether they're funny or not.
I appreciate that, because nobody else lets me on.
Well, exactly. I told the truth.
Blacklisted by Talk Sport. I phoned up a number by mistake last night. Try and phone you up.
Oh, yeah.
There's pressure on button. And they won't put me through.
Good. Because they're disablist. I don't even know who does this slot over there now. I'm assuming it's Goldstein and Cundy. They hate disabled people, and at last that is coming out and people are hearing what scumbags they are. I love disabled people. I embrace them. Not literally. That would be weird. But I think they've got a lot to contribute towards the way people perceive me as a nice guy. So
furthermore, you belong to us.
So she's ringing me.
I don't know. She might do. She might. Well, she might not. She just said, "Do you think Gerry would mind if I popped in to see him?" I said, "I'm sure he wouldn't, but you'd have to speak to him." Well, she might not come. She might not come. So don't go. Don't go changing. That's amazing. But there's going to be a story in your local paper about you, and if any newspapers have got any sense, they'll put it in the national press. Then you'll become famous. You get your own TV show on Channel 5. Channel 5.
But no one can understand the word I say.
And then you'll be assassinated.
Not nice. When's the Manchester show? Because I'm going to take Manchester.
Saturday. You're coming on Sunday the 19th, I think, aren't you?
Sunday, I don't know. They just try and blag it. That's where I'm going, and I don't know. I'm paying surprise.
I thought you'd already got a carer that was going to take you.
No, he said that, but I don't know what's going on. I'll get there.
Come on, man, because
I'll take in my wheelchair.
I'm going to be honest, we haven't really got much material for the second show, and we were hoping we could just fill it out with 20 minutes of people chanting your name.
10 minutes, maybe. I'm just doing well tonight.
Yeah, you sound alright. I can understand you.
Yeah,
okay.
Change.
Okay, well, I'm still going to cut you off.
Okay, up your bum.
Up your bum.
There we go.
Speaking of Gerry Springer, you seen this?
No.
Gerry Springer is sued by family of a man who killed himself 2 weeks after being ambushed on the show by his fiancée, who said she had been unfaithful with his good friend, didn't want to marry him, and had sold his engagement ring.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot.
I know, and I used to love the Gerry Springer show. I used to love the Jeremy Kyle show. I used to love those confrontational shows. But actually, a couple of years ago, I was watching Jeremy Kyle, and I used to watch it all the time. And they had someone who was really obviously was not mentally competent to withstand the scrutiny of 20 minutes of an audience booing them. Let's put it like that. And I just thought, and it's the same reason I can't watch the openings of Britain's Got Talent and X Factor, because certainly when I used to watch them, a lot of them were just mentally ill people it was a freak show. It was like an old Victorian freak show. You got people in who were, people who were never going to get anywhere on there to be laughed at. And some of them were mentally ill and some weren't. And I was really sad that our friend Jim the Dancer was on again the other day.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, second time he's been on. Now, Jim probably loved it. And if he loved it, then that's absolutely fine. And I love Jim. Jim is great. He's a performance artist. He's unique. Google him. Go on YouTube and Google Jim the Dancer. Unique, right? Proper, old school, weird performance art. But he would have been invited on that show to be laughed at. And it's a funny act he does. But people would have been laughing out of cruelty. And Jim's a very sensitive soul. He's been through a lot. He lost a good friend of his a couple of years ago. And I saw people tweeting me saying he was on there again. And I just think, come on, man. Come on. We're better than that. But we're not. And the same reason like Jerry Springer's and the Jeremy Kyle's I can't watch, because it's exploitative. It's not there to help them. And the thing that turned me off Springer, Kyle is a slightly different thing. And I like Jeremy. I've met him. And I like him. And it's a slightly different thing. The thing that turned me off Springer was once I saw him do it once, I couldn't stop seeing him do it in his show. He'd be on the stage, and then he'd walk into the audience with his back away from the stage, and as he got about halfway into the audience, without even looking, let's bring on the mistress. And he would make sure he was as far away from the stage as the screaming mistress came out and was shouting, and there was fighting, and they were being pulled apart, and the tits were being shown. Their clothes get ripped off. And I saw him at the back of the audience smirking, and I thought, oh, right. Even you know it's a freak show. Even you know this is exploitative and is a freak show.
And the Jeremy Kyle, not Jeremy Kyle, the Jerry Springer the musical.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
And they were right. It was like, it kind of flagged up that our pain has become your entertainment.
Yeah,
you're enjoying watching people in pain.
Yes. So there's this story. The Jerry Springer Show is being sued by the family of a man who committed suicide shortly after appearing on an episode. The family of Blake Alvey said he was ambushed on the NBC series when he was confronted by his fiancée Cassie Rutter. Rutter told Alvey she'd been unfaithful with his good friend, no longer wanted to marry him, and had sold the engagement ring he'd given her. The show filmed... They're still doing Jerry Springer. I thought this was years ago. The show filmed on May the 8th, 2018, and aired on May the 24th, 2018. Really? They're still doing it?
Because I thought they had one of the security guards doing it for a while, didn't they?
Steve Alvos. Steve Wilkos. Yes, he did it. On June the 3rd, 2018, Alvey took his own life. So, 24th of May it was shown. June the 3rd, he killed himself. A description for the episode titled Gay Phase Over reveals that Cassie had moved on to her boyfriend's good friend. I don't want to get married, Rutter tells Alvey in the trailer of the episode, and there's someone else. Alvey's friend then confronts him during the episode, and they briefly fight before being separated in usual Springer fashion. Alvey's family have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Jerry Springer and NBC, claiming the show knew it would elicit an extreme reaction from Alvey. The suit obtained by WDRB claims that Alvey, who left behind a newborn son, killed himself as a result of severe emotional and mental suffering and anguish. It accuses the Jerry Springer Show of reckless disregard for the lives and safety of others. Rutter has also been named as a defendant. The Jerry Springer Show, here we go. This is from Brenton Stanley, Alvey's family attorney, said, the Jerry Springer Show was designed to humiliate and exploit people like Blake. And that's it. Humiliate and exploit, disregarding the devastating consequences that their conduct can have on people's lives. Okay. It goes on. There's some personal stuff there we don't really need to go into. Yeah, man.
This is what's happening now. Do you know what? We're about to reap the whirlwind, right? We've had years...
The 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah, we've had years of this kind of thing being acceptable and being used to it and being, part of the furniture. And now we're starting to see that actually there are human casualties of it. And the same with the reality TV stuff. The same with the building people up, taking them out of...
Well, this is with Noel from here. No, I'm pointing as always. Noel from here, say, the lad from Love Island, the young woman from Love Island, and there's a new series of Love Island going ahead. Of course.
There's a show I watch all the time, Geordie Shore, right? And it's just people being taken out of their usual environment, put into a house together. They go out drinking every night. They get blind drunk. We're talking wetting the bed, pooing the pants, doing all that sort of stuff. That's not a sustainable lifestyle.
No.
Someone's going to end up really, really badly hurt there.
Yeah, that's bad, man. 03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio, weeknights from 10.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000. Let's go to Charlie. Good evening, Charlie.
Hello. How are you, Ian?
I'm gaseous and I need to urinate.
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's all right. I'm holding it until the break, and boy, oh boy, it's going to be one of those peas that I really enjoy. The ones a pleasure pea.
Do you have some Rennies? I find that Rennies help.
Well, I haven't, but I'm all right. The gas will be fine. It's the peeing that is the primary concern. But we're going to be fine, Charlie. What can we do for you this evening?
Well, I just wanted to really quickly say that if you are having any issues with urinating, if it stings, please do get yourself checked.
Thank you. I told my boys, I got a note from my GPs last week saying, you are between 40 and 70, you qualify for a free health check, which I'm going to take them up on. Thank you very much. And I was telling my boys about that today, because they will... I found out about it while I was doing a stream, and they watched the stream today, and they said, what's a free health check? And I said, well, basically, you go there, and the doctor puts their finger up your bum. And they went, what? I said, yeah. The doctor puts your finger up their bum. And they were in hysterics, but also terrified. And they said, well, do we have to have that done? I said, no. You only when you're old, like me. And they do it. And they said, well, can't they put something else up there? I said, no, it's a finger, and it goes up to about there. And they've got to feel what's going on up your bum. And I said, you don't have to do it. But actually, if I'll be honest, boys, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to ask if we can do it last as like a little treat. To say, like, instead of getting a sticker... You get that done.
Mr. Lee, could you put that cigarette out?
So, yes.
I mean, I suppose that's the thing. I mean, certain people pay for that to get that on the NHS is fantastic. It's one of the wonderful things about the NHS.
Yep, this is it. What can we do for you this evening, Charlie, you naughty boy?
So I've come to share a story, really, which I haven't shared with many people since uni.
Okay.
Which involved quite a traumatic A&E trip. And it's just a very unique incident.
Yeah, okay.
So I used to have a very sort of low-quality sword swallowing technique. Used to use
your phone, Charlie, because I want to hear this. Your phone is kind of breaking up a little bit in that. I know, in that annoying way that mobile phones do. When you think one day they're going to invent a mobile phone that actually can make a decent phone call. I don't know if you can move house. Could you? Probably moving house is maybe too much of a thing at 11:45 on a Thursday night. Could you go and stand somewhere?
I've moved.
Less crap.
Is that better? Is that less?
That's less crap. That's less crap. Yes, go on, because I want to hear this. Go on.
Well, the thing is, now I've moved. I'm not for such a good story, but I'll continue anyway.
Oh no!
Right, basically, imagine a knife and fork knife. Drunk man putting said knife down their throat, and I dropped it basically. Which resulted...
Hang on, sorry. You put a knife down your throat?
Yeah, well, it was sort of like a party trick, Ian.
What, like a... No, right, hang on. The act is a sword. What, you put a dinner knife down your throat?
Well, yeah, but I'm not a fully qualified sword swallower, am I?
I think you're a fully qualified human being. So you were drunk and you were showing that you have no gag reflex by putting a dinner knife down your throat, and you slipped and it let go?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is already. If this is true, and I will make up. I will make up my own mind. But this is already the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my life.
So, obviously, at that point, I was slightly concerned, as you might be. But my wonderful friends thought that it was a joke.
Yeah.
So, I then had to go outside and have a call with NHS Direct.
You didn't go straight to 999?
Well, no, I thought I went 111, 101.
That's
the less emergency one. I didn't want to waste their time.
Swallowing a sword is a 999. Sword. Swallowing a knife is a 999. I would have thought.
Well, it was just a bit uncomfortable. I didn't want to waste their time.
But if you bent over and touched your toes, it would have stuck out your back.
Well, best case, worst case, it would have. Well, no, I suppose actually, if it came out.
Okay.
A natural hole, that would be better.
Oh, God, imagine the rip, yes.
That would be ghastly.
It would be absolutely ghastly gash, yes. Which is my nickname at school, by the way. All right, go on.
So I had to have a conversation. They were basically spending a very long time asking me what sort of knife. I had to provide measurements and descriptions. And then a lovely man called Alan turned up, shipped me off to hospital.
He did what?
Shipped me off to hospital.
Shipped you off. Okay, right. Shipped you off, yes.
Whoa.
Yep. Still not a great
photo. There is a crime, Ian.
Okay.
I said ship.
Okay.
Yeah, but
HIP.
why a ship? Why not an ambulance or a car?
Come on now. All right. So you get to the hospital. What do they do then? Do they cut you open?
They took a lovely X-ray, which I still have.
They try and force it through the eye of the penis or the butt of the hole of the butt. Did they get you to? Did someone stand on a stepladder and tie a magnet to a bit of string and then put that down your throat and see if they could catch it like that woman who lost her engagement ring? Did they do that? Is that what they did on the ladder?
They sort of lubed me up and slid me into an MRI scanner, and it just tore straight out on me, right through the anus.
Hang on a minute.
Whoa.
They forced it out of you.
No, see, this is the issue. Is now it's getting to the sort of boring start of the story where basically they cut me open, took out a knife, and it was sort of quite humiliating. Really, I was in hospital for about a week.
Please tell me you asked someone you got one of your mates to film it.
There's lots of pictures.
I want the video. You should have just said, look, we're in this. Someone filmed it going in. I want my mate Steve stood over there filming it coming out, please.
We'd probably make quite a nice IKEA advert in a way.
Could do.
An IKEA knife.
All right.
An IKEA knife being born. I mean, obviously it was covered in excrement and vodka and pasta probably, but still, nonetheless. It was lacquered, so it would have survived.
So what did you do? Nice. Rinse it off, stick it back in the knife drawer?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What you would do? And, I've cleaned dog poo off my shoe with a knife, and then just given it a wipe down and put it back in the dog drawer, in the cutlery drawer. Actually, I've done that all my life. What, you throw a knife away? Yeah. You clean it. What? You clean it.
You've got to be mindful.
Of course you've got to be mindful. I would get that knife framed if I were you.
Well, the surgeon kept it, unfortunately.
What? Was it a good one? He was going to use it on the... He kept it! You can't take the knife!
They claimed that it went missing during the operation and no one knew where it was.
Oh. I bet one of them swallowed it.
Still in there?
I think he did it like this. Oh! I'm not going to believe it. Well, Charlie, I hope everything is okay for you now. Please don't play around with cutlery. Don't play with your food. Eat your food, not your cutlery.
Can I just have one really quick parting question?
You certainly can.
What is your favourite water-dwelling mammal?
I love beaver.
Beavers. Good choice.
Thanks very much. 0344 499 1000. I don't believe a word of that story. But I'm reminded of when I was about 6. I was with my Nanny Jennings, and we were like at Butlins or something. And there was this a really weird thing. This lad came over, and he was probably like 13 or 14. And my nan caught him trying to steal something out of her purse. Oh. And we're in the bar at Butlins. She caught him trying to steal something out of his purse, and then he sat there and told her this story about how he was homeless and his parents had died and he was off. And he told her the story for ages, and she went, all right, okay. She'd got her purse open and she gave him a £5. This is like in 1979.
A lot of money.
Gave him a £5. And he went, thanks very much. And, my granddad said, what'd you give that for? It's obviously a lie. She said, yeah, well, listen, it may have been true, in which case he deserved it, and it may have been a lie, in which case he told it so well, he still deserves it. And that is what I'm thinking about Charlie. It may be true, in which case he deserved the airtime. It may be a lie. But if it was a lie, he told it so well, he deserves the airtime. 0344 499 1000. The switchboard is empty as everybody is now sat at home going, what the hell is going on tonight? This is two weird shows back to back. Boyley, what have you got?
A landlord.
By the way, the most fun you can have. This is like £3 or £4 from eBay. One of those bells that you get on receptions at hotels. Yep. It's the most fun you can have. I have it around the house. I had it in my car today because it fell out of my bag, and it was by my gear stick. And my eldest got in the front. I let him sit in the front today. I don't normally, but I let him sit in the front. He went, "What's that?" I said, "Oh, the horn in my car is broken, so I've got this now." And it's like, to let people know I'm coming or get out of the way. And he went, "Oh, right." Then 2 minutes later, he went, "Would they be able to hear it from the car?" I went, "Yeah, you've got to do it really hard. Get out of the way!" He went, "All right." And then 2 minutes later, You're lying to me, aren't you? I went, "Yeah, I am, son. Well done. So the most fun you can have. Sorry, Catherine, just everyone get one of those bells.
Landlord tells tenants to take turns sleeping in single bed in cramped house ad.
Okay, I like the sound of this. We've all lived somewhere lousy, so we can all identify.
This is from the Mirror. We all know the competition to secure rented accommodation can be fierce no matter what condition the flat or house is in, but one property seems to have taken it to the next level. Yeah. In an ad, an Australian landlord advertises his flat, which costs £66. We're guessing per week, but who knows, especially when you consider...
In Australia?
Yeah.
Well, then it wouldn't be pounds, it would be dollars, and it wouldn't be proper
$1, $2, $3.
It would be Oz dollars.
Yeah.
AUS Oz dollars.
Yeah.
Oz dollars.
Yeah, the Mirror is...
You got any Oz dollars?
Helpfully translated that into pounds.
Oz dollars? You got any Oz dollars? Mate?
As well as the house rules being cosily scrawled all over the walls, the landlord states the flat is for 2 people. Confoundingly, there is just one single bed.
Okay.
But it's okay because the landlord has figured it out. Tenants can just take it in turns to sleep.
Do you know the worst thing in the world? And I pray to God I never have to do this again. I don't see I will have to, and I haven't done it. I haven't done it 18 years.
Mm.
2 people sleeping in a double bed.
Oh, I like it. It's romantic. It's
no,
cosy.
it's not. Well, guess it. Girls like it.
It's cosy.
Oh, let's cuddle up and snuggle. No, I want to sleep. You can't sleep. Cannot sleep. It's the worst. It's hell. Absolute hell.
Lovely.
Catherine, on with the story, please.
The landlord goes on to say the space is perfect for shift workers who can alternate sleeping in the bed depending on their working hours. Rooms to rent available. 2 nighttime workers, 2 daytime workers. Message for more details. 2?
That is genius. Absolute genius. Of course, so the nighttime workers are out working. When they get in, the daytime workers are getting up and they swap beds.
Yeah.
Imagine the state of them sheets.
Oh, my God, it's like the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, I had clean sheets on my bed last night for the first time in about a month, which for me is long. I normally try and do it every 2 weeks. About a month. Oh, God, it's beautiful. Nothing better than clean sheets. Catherine.
Rooms to rent available. 2 nighttime workers, 2 daytime workers. Message for more details. Ideal for shift workers, the ad reads. Images of the ad popped up on Kmart on Hacks and Roasts Facebook group, Metro reports. Group members quickly picked up on the conditions of the flat and pointed out an even more distressing fact. It's pretty sad that for a lot of people, this would be all they could afford. A shared bed in an S-hole, one woman wrote.
Oh, dear. Dear, come on. What's your language, Australia?
Your lies.
Rainbow George, stay there. You'll be the first call after the news. Dear listener, up to you if you want to take part in the show. And obviously it's up to you. We can't make you. Although, 0344... I'm getting a mouth ulcer on this side of my mouth now. What the hell is going on? I'm the most unstressed I've been in years. I'm loving life. # loving life.
But you do need a wee, so
that's correct. That's what it is. This is... Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
She lives in Mojave in a Winnebago. His name is Bobby. He looks like a potato. Shoot when they let those suckers go. He got sober and drunk at the Palomino. They give him 30 days in San Bernardino. Well, there's 44 men stashed away in tank seat, and there's only one shower, but it don't apply to Bobby. You might think they're dumb and lonely, but you're wrong, 'cause their love is strong. Stacked up hair and a cheap little ring. They don't care, 'cause it don't mean a thing. But look at that. They don't care. they can feel low. Out on the highway, rolling the wheel low. These are to say she's for real low. Rhythm of heaven is a real good deal. 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 Low.
It's an acquired taste, but I mean, kind of like sort of early to mid 70s period Zappa, one size fits all. It's some record, man, some album. It sounds like a kind of like a conventional rock record, but it sounds nothing like a conventional rock record. It's the weirdest. And upwards, dear listener, the last hour of the show, or thence about 0344 499 1000 as Thursday creeps into Friday. We're another day closer to the weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend again. Again, I thought we were having nice weather, but I think it's lousy weather. It was the latest. Jeez, come on, guys. I've ordered a hammock. I've got a hammock coming. I'm going to sit in that hammock. Lay in the hammock, even if it's chucking it down. I'm going to lay in the hammock in the garage if I have to. I'm going hammocking. You want a good Zappa song, but that's too filthy to play on the radio? Go and listen to Dynamo Hum. Dynamo Hum, Dynamo Hum. I mean, geez, it really is. That'll do, Frank. That'll do, Frank. That'll do. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome, because the switchboard, dear listener, is empty at this moment. Can I ask a question? What do you have in the boot of your car? I'll tell you why. My last car that was written off in the horrendous car crash. Good news, good news, good news. I believe the gentleman who was at death's door, the motorcycle rider, is alive. And will stay alive, very, very ill, and will probably be paralysed for the rest of his life, but he's alive, and that's you know, sing hosannas. It's a miracle. It's not. It's science, and there's probably a bit of a miracle in there as well. But man alive, and I was told that the other week. What a relief. That guy, you know, again, it wasn't my fault. Someone went into the back of me. He went into the back of someone else. But you can't help but think, dear God, I somehow played the part in a man's death. But luckily he's alive, you know, and things are he's got a lot of work to do, but that was great news. But in the back of that car, I just had so much tat. I had CDs. I had any gifts from the listeners that have been sent in. I think I had some clothes. I had loads of CDs. What else did I have? And I didn't get all the stuff out of my car. They wouldn't let me go back to the car when it was in the pound as its evidence. And I was so embarrassed when the lovely policewoman, I was a detective, I think she was actually, was dealing with it, phoned me up and she said, look, if you want, my colleague has said they will go to your car and get what they can out of it. And I'm thinking, oh, God. Oh, the shame. My car was, not because it had anything bad in there. There's some recovery stuff in there, I think. But just, it was stuff everywhere. Like the floor. I think I saw this, like some of the crisp packets move once. I'm not sure. It may have been an optical illusion. something moved. But there was, it was so I went and I got these two, handed me these two massive bags of, like, CD cases and just tat. But now in my car, in the boot of my car, I have a box of Imani Coppola CDs. You never know. If anyone wants one, I got one. They're there. I have... I tell you what, this is what it is. I've now got 2 table tennis bats. I want to say rackets, and I thought, no. Because sometimes when we go to Maidenhead, me and the boys, we go to the cinema in Maidenhead sometime. We won't be going for a while now, but if we get there early, in the shopping centre, they've converted, the council have converted one of the old shops, that's not a shop anymore, into a table tennis parlour. And there's 5 table tennis things. And the first couple of times we went there, we could go in there and play. But now, of course, everyone's nicked all the bats and the balls. Everyone's nicked the bats and the balls. I need to order some ping-pong balls, actually. So every time we go there, we can't play. So in my car, I'm going to have table tennis bats, and I'm going to get some table tennis balls. So every time we go to Maidenhead, we can put the bats and the balls in the bag, and we go in there and play, and another family will come in and see us play, and we will take great pride in playing for as long as we want, and then finishing, and we will put the bats and balls in my bag and walk out as the family look at us going, but we thought they're mine, I brought my own, sorry. That's what we're going to do, because that's what other families have done to us. Oh. So screw them guys. That's what we're going to do. So but I'm determined to keep this car tidy, right? There's very little junk in there. There's some CDs that are building up. I need to take a couple of out. I've got a little Dust Devil, which I need to go around in it. I was going to take it in a car wash today. And I thought, actually, I don't see the point in car washes. But so my boot, primarily in my boot, I have a box full of Imani CDs. And she's coming on the show soon to promote a new album. Yeah. It's incredible. And some table tennis bats, and I also have some bicycle lights. Because when I went camping, when I went in the log cabin with the boys, we were going to go out at night time, but we didn't because everyone was so tired. Thank God. But I was going to use the bicycle lights as torches. Now, I noticed that the stuff in the boot of your car, Catherine, is reaching my old status.
You know why? Because I've got bags of clothes in there that I need to take to the charity shop.
Just take them.
I know, but I've been really busy the last couple of weeks because the kids have been off school, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I need to get on top of it. But yeah, it's building up. But it's a reflection of where my head is at the moment.
Isn't it just? That's the thing.
It's a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
I'm just dealing with what I can deal with at this point, and then I'll sort it out. There'll be a day when I'll go, right, and then it's done, and I'll feel a lot better.
And I'm feeling better because I haven't got that stuff in my car. So my head's a bit clearer. Joseph Redfern has tweeted me. So 0344 499 1000. You may want to call in about that. You may not. That's absolutely cool, man. Joseph, who I like Joseph a lot. I'll tell you why. He's only tweeted me. It's maybe the 4th tweet he's ever sent me. The first tweet was foul-mouthed abuse.
Oh,
foul-mouthed, unironic abuse, belittling me for daring to argue with Limmy. And he meant it. And then someone pointed out to him that maybe the fight with Limmy was perhaps not quite what it seemed. And the next 2 tweets were faintly apologetic. Not faintly, they were overtly apologetic and joking and a little bit red-faced. So whenever Joseph... It was him, wasn't it? I may be giving him wrong credit. Is he holding a can of... Yeah. I called him an underage drinker. I said, I'm being trolled by an underage drinker because he's blessed with a young-looking face despite being a fully grown man, and he's holding a bottle of booze. But he has... so I like him a lot. Whenever he pops up in my Twitter feed, which isn't very often, it always makes me chuckle. Because it just shows how people can misunderstand something, and then, within 2 tweets... with the next tweet can be an apology and, simple thing. So I like that. Anyway, he says, I can verify that Charlie's knife story did happen. I am a friend of his, and I visited him in hospital shortly afterwards. I've also seen the X-ray, and then he's done. And I don't know how he's done this. He's done tiny little cutlery, little knife and fork. But it's not like a photograph. He's just done it as part of the same size as the letters. I don't know how he's done that, and I respect him for that. That is incredible. I don't know what you've done there, Joseph.
Like an emoji?
No. It's a fork and a knife, because the emojis are they're the faces, aren't they? They're faces. And he has done that. No. Please don't belittle him. Well done, Joseph. I don't know how you've done that. He's quite possibly a computer programmer, I would imagine, with skills like that. Skills like that blow my mind, baby. You blow my mind. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We got no calls. So what? What? So I don't understand. What's your problem? We haven't got any calls. All right. What do you want me to do? Dance up and down? I will sit here and we'll just see what happens, man. It's fine. Chill out. If we get calls, we get calls. Stop panicking, Catherine and Sam. Calm down. Please don't bring your negative energy to the show. Just tone it down a little bit, Sam. Stop pulling those faces. I'm the one that should be worried, and I ain't worried. So if I'm not worried, you two just chill out. Smoke a reefer.
No.
Don't take an ecstasy. Take a Valium.
You were going to say a Viagra, weren't you?
I was going to say a Valium, actually. Take a Valium and a Viagra.
Wouldn't that?
Well, one can only imagine. You'd be too tired to do anything. It would be there, but you'd be too tired to do anything with it. It would just stare at you all night. Looking at you like that. So listen, we've got no calls. What would you want me to? Would you want me to go? What would you want me to do? Go around knocking on everyone's door, saying, "Do you want to phone up now, please?" Do you want me to do that? I'm not prepared to do that. I'm just quite happy to sit here and listen to the sounds of nature and just chill. So you, Catherine, just calm down.
I'm fine.
Sam, calm down, mate. I've been doing this for longer than you've been born for. So we're going to go to an advert. And we come back, everyone's going to be calm. It's very, very simple. This is all right now.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Catherine Boyle, what do you have for us, please?
Oh, only the gates of hell.
What?
Archaeologists believe they found the Mayan gateway to the underworld.
Shut the front door.
Complete with evidence of human sacrifice.
Wowzers.
The find was uncovered just metres from where the ancient civilization fought their final battle with Spain at Lake Petanitza in Guatemala. A Polish team investigating the area have recovered hundreds of Mayan artefacts from its waters, including evidence of rituals and even human sacrifice.
Oh, God.
And off an island in the middle of the lake, the team...
Just imagine for a second, though, how horrific being the victim of a human sacrifice would be. Being the victim, so you're like... probably not wearing many clothes, it's probably cold, and I mean, that's the least of your worries, actually. And you're, like, wheeled to a dark chamber, and there's like people baying and for your blood and stuff, and then you get stabbed in the stomach or the throat and the blood, and there's like perverts licking your blood hole.
I don't remember that bit.
Well, that's what they do. They lick your blood. They drink your blood. Because they drink your blood, they put in the one I went to anyway. I'm joking. They put in like silver goblets. Drink the blood like it's fine wine and smear it all over their faces, and then they all kiss each other, and it's men kissing men and women kissing women and people kissing dogs, and you might, if you're the victim, you might still be alive, and you're thinking, help me, someone help me, and it's just it'll be horrendous. It'll be horrendous, actually. I'd never really thought about it.
They didn't have Savlon back then, did they?
No, Savlon what?
Savlon.
Savlon. It's Savlon.
Oh, God.
Jeez. Away you go.
And off an island in the middle of the lake, the team believe there's evidence of the final battle between the civilization and its Spanish conquerors. Team leader Magdalena Kzemian of Poland's Jagiellonian University said, water had a very special and symbolic meaning in ancient Mayan beliefs. It was thought to be a door to the underworld, the world of death, Xibalba, where their gods live.
Xibalba!
We planned our dives according to written sources and a little bit of intuition. We wanted to check places that seemed to be very important in the history of the Itza Maya group. In most of them, we found a lot of artefacts. Wow. The team argues these artefacts were either dropped or lowered into the lake by the Maya as an offering to the gods.
I met Richard Osman once, and he just kept... I was supposed to be a nice guy, but he just kept quite rudely telling me, like, trivia. Yeah, it was artifacts. Artifacts.
Oh, trivia about bottoms?
No, he was being an arse.
Oh.
He wasn't. He's a nice guy. I met him. He was artifacts. I remember I was trying to... my mum was trying to tell... Years ago, she was trying to tell me about this thing that happened on the TV. I didn't understand what she was talking about for ages. I didn't understand what she was talking about. She said, you know, in the words on the TV. I said, what are you talking about? She said, the words on the TV. After about 20 minutes, I got it. I went, artifacts. Artifacts. Artifacts.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
Artifacts. These puns are based on a word that doesn't exist. Artifacts.
I had once a delivery of a compendium of encyclopedias, and it just arrived on the back of a tiny little truck. And I was looking around. It didn't have a driver, obviously. It was a tiny little truck, and it must have been being controlled by someone at a distance. RC facts.
Remote control facts.
Yeah.
These puns are based on a word that's not real. Artifact is not a word.
I know. Right. Also, I had a phone call the other day. It was the Pope, and he just kept telling me all these things that were happening.
Can't do the same one.
No, I'm not.
But RC facts.
RC facts. Roman Catholic facts this time.
You can't keep doing initials RC. You can't do any more with the initials RC.
All right. Okay.
Okay, well, because then you can just go, well, I was speaking to my friend the other day. He's a big fan of Dr. Kildare. He just kept giving me all this trivia, RC facts. Richard
Chamberlain, very handsome man.
Did you finish your story? Because I want to speak to our friend Bruce.
Oh, do you?
Not really, but he's on the line, so I kind of feel obliged to. Good evening, Bruce.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you, man. What have you got?
I was just wondering what happened to 11s is. A few weeks ago, you were bringing 11s is back, and I was all excited about it. It never happened.
Yeah, we did it tonight. Did you not listen? What, have you been listening for the whole show?
Well, yeah, since about 10:15, yeah.
Have you?
What did you have?
We had cheese and crackers. Cheese with not crackers. It was digestive biscuits with cheese.
Very soft, digestive, non-crunchy biscuits.
Yeah. Did you not have it? Did you? We did it and we announced it. We do it every. You're obviously not a very big fan, Bruce, because we do it every night. At 11, we have 11s, and it's 11. Can I just say, for the heart of thinking, Catherine, it's 11 says, not 11 sees. A lot of people thought it was 11, ELEVENSIES, and it's not. It's ELEVENSES, 11 says, not 11 z's. All right, Kath? Thank you. What did you think it was, Bruce?
11s is.
Exactly. That's why I like this guy. He's got a lot of time for this. 11 says.
You didn't say says. He says ziz.
I'm overemphasising.
11s is.
11s is.
He's saying ziz again.
Yeah, he's 11s is. He's right. He's saying it right. He's not 11s is.
Am I? I don't know.
You're saying it right. Don't be bullied by her, Bruce. She's bullying you.
Don't think I am.
Well, here's the thing. Let me let you into a little showbiz secret, Bruce. Catherine and I have really good ideas that we think will run, and then we only do them once and we get bored of them. So 11s has been jettisoned. So we can't, I'm afraid.
Well, also, you know, we're trying not to be pigs and eating at 11 o'clock
Said
at night.
Said the woman who bought us lots of chips and Greek stuff today.
You started with the Kit Kat you brought in.
That's true, actually. I nearly ate that whole Kit Kat on the way up, and then I felt bad.
And then you thought you'd enable me.
Yeah, I'm a feeder. How's life for you, Bruce? How's everything going? What's the plan? What's the deal? What's going on?
Yeah, everything's splendid, thank you.
Is it? Oh, that's good. Well, you can't say fairer than that, can you?
No, not at all.
All right. Anything else, mate?
Yeah, can I have an Imani Coppola CD, please?
What, for like free and stuff?
Yeah, you said you had a box of them in your car.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of for sale.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what, Bruce? I like you. I'm going to hand you back to Sam. Give him your name and address. I'll send you an Imani CD.
Oh, you're lovely. Thank you very much.
You're lovely, Bruce. You're lovely. Stay there. We'll send a guy a free CD.
Clearing out your boot one CD at a time.
No, I want... Listen, we didn't really sell that many copies of the Imani CD. We certainly didn't make our money back on it, and I don't get it. I was speaking to Glenn about it today. I mean, we haven't got any budget for advertising, right? So that's part of the problem. But I was speaking to Glenn, and we both went, I don't get it. It's obviously brilliant, and her new single is obviously brilliant, and she's obviously incredible. And we're going, I just don't know why. That's the way it goes. But Bruce, no one else phone up for one because no one else is getting one. But I like Bruce's chutzpah. I like his cojones. I love his balls. Oh. Let's go to Barney. Good evening, Barney.
Hello. Do you have any other CDs? Not my only popular one.
What kind of stuff are you into?
I don't know, just like anything not the usual, just weird, like the most weird, rare thing you've got.
I've got some Jandek.
Yeah, what's that?
Do you not know what Jandek is?
No.
Do you want me to play you some Jandek and you let me know if you fancy it?
Yes, please.
All right, let's get some Jandek on. Hang on a minute, let me find... let's find Jandek. Here we go. Okay, this is... okay, here we go. This is Jandek. Here it comes. The song's called Feather Drums. Let me get it something a bit more catchy. Let me get it to Can I See Your Clock? Hang on.
Can I see your what?
Can I See Your Clock?
Oh. It's very similar.
No. He's got a style.
Has he got 3 strings?
Any goods, Barney?
I'll just give that one I'll have to think about that one, actually.
No, Barney, you give us your address, mate, and I'll send you my Jandek collection, yeah?
No.
Yeah, you chancer. Get out of town.
He didn't pass the Jandek test.
Of course, the best guy. I've not got it on this computer because I've lost my hard drive. I don't know what we can play. Can I play? I wonder if I can play Elvis Presley by Wesley Willis. Got to be careful with Wesley because he's a bit potty mouth. Wesley Willis. Let's just see. This might be too rude, so we'll hover over the dump button.
Elvis Presley was a rock star. He was the greatest. He can sing his ass off. Right on, brother. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley. He is my greatest singer. He was my kind of guy. He can really rock. He can rock this place apart. Elvis Presley.
What's that? He also does. I wonder if this one is. Okay, this is called "I Whopped Batman's Ass."
Batman got on my nerves. He was running me amok. He ridiculed me, calling me a bum. I whooped Batman's ass. 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 I whooped Batman's ass.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. We had to dump that there. Obviously, very tense time. Him remembering about Batman. They obviously fell out quite a lot. That's why they had the fight and he whopped Batman's ass. That's why there was such bad language in that song. Probably best we play a trailer, I think.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. Oh, Paul Ross has got Meryl O'Rourke on his show, who I sort of... Well, I sort of know a little bit. I haven't seen her for years and years and years. And she was in the building. I would have said hello to her. She is a stand-up, and she was doing stand-up. Like, when I started doing stand-up, she was quite a bit ahead of me. If I remember it correctly, this was like 20-odd years ago. And she was quite a bit ahead of me. You would bump into these people on the circuit just all of the time, and Meryl was one of the people, and she was very, very nice. I mean, I think I was probably a dick at the time because I was a lost, scared little boy and was drinking a lot, and and I think I know I was very rude to her at one point in Edinburgh. But all these people that you kind of you don't see for years. You would see quite a lot over a period of 2 or 3 years, and then 20 years later they sort of pop up again, and the fact that she's on Paul's show is brilliant. So that's going to be well worth listening to because she's very, very funny. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very welcome. Now, everyone was pointing me in the direction of this story. We kind of did this story. This story pops up every 6 months, right? This one time it's got a slight twist, but it's not big, it's not clever, but it's certainly funny. 2 overgrown schoolboys, aged 32 and 34, sniggered their way around the UK, visiting places with naughty names. So it's the naughty names thing, but the slight difference in the story is, instead of people just finding it, the newspapers just print the story, these people have been to them. Brothers Andy and Magnus Tate drove 2,000 miles on their rude trip, and good for them for doing it, taking selfies at each place sign. They spent 6 years researching and planning their 4-day journey. 6 years?
6 years?
Guys, put whatever you had in your hands down. That's an afternoon's planning, come on. With stops including Fanny Hands Lane, Upper Thong, Butthole Lane, Titty Ho, Sandy Balls, Cockermouth, Shitterton, Feltwell, Penis Tone, Bell End, Wet Wang, The Knob, Fanny Farts.
No.
Bum Juice. Discharge, Knock One Out Lane, Reach Around Avenue, Strap On Close, Butt Plug Drive, Rimington, Spunks Hill,
No.
Both boys come from Clitheroe. They live in Clitheroe. Gosh, okay, there we go. Well, that sounds like they had fun going to all those places. The list goes on, but I don't want to bore people.
Go on, read me a couple more.
Okay, I'll give you a couple more. So with all those places, Felch, this one you've kind of got to say it at a speed for it to work. Suck Me Off Avenue. And that one doesn't really work. You've got to kind of say it funny. Lick Me Out Close. I think that's it. We're done? Okay.
I think that'll do.
There's got plenty more.
Oh.
Plenty more. Those naughty guys. Those naughty guys. But that's what makes this country so great, guys.
You want to have a word with the production company you work with? Places make you laugh out loud.
Oh, those shows have ended now.
Have they?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't heard of this one.
Those shows have ended now.
In an unrelated story,
yeah.
You know, last week we were talking about people putting garlic up their lady gardens.
Oh, yeah. Don't put garlic in your...
Don't put garlic in there.
Okay.
Doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
Use a cupboard like anyone else.
Or one of those garlic jars. They're a waste of money.
Or a garlic press.
They're garlic. What are you not supposed to put up there now?
Sponges. Hot on the heels of health warnings about putting garlic in your nether regions comes more medical advice of a similar nature in that it's about fannies.
Come on now. Can we try and keep the show a little bit cleaner tonight?
It's clean.
Well, yours may be, but the content isn't.
This time it's aimed at women who might be tempted to use a sea sponge instead of a tampon. Dr. Jen Gunter, who has campaigned tirelessly to prevent women from doing daft things with the privates, issued the warning after someone tweeted a link to Holy Sponge's ritual menstruation kit that's being sold for £30. She responded, anyone who tells you to put a sea sponge in your vagina wants you to grow more bacteria that causes toxic shock syndrome.
Oh.
That is horrific and illegal in the US to promote sponges for periods. There are two things to consider regarding sponges as a sort of makeshift sanitary product. The first is they are a living organism.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, that sponges are alive.
The second is, as Dr. Gunter points out, that sponges are one of the ingredients used in the Rely tampon, which back in the 80s were linked to toxic shock syndrome.
Yeah.
Many of Dr. Gunter's followers explain that sponges are favoured instead of tampons in the porn industry. No one managed to convince her it was a good idea. Otherwild are the brand behind the kits, and they claim that the sea sponges offer... Oh, God, this is the way they've put this. Offer bleeding folks a gentle, nurturing and intuitive alternative...
They've just... Sorry, bleeding folks?
Bleeding folks. People who are bleeding.
What, for a period then?
Yeah, instead of saying people having a period.
Bleeding...
You're bleeding folks. Bleeding... But they've taken the G off to make it extra jaunty.
This is insane.
I know. A gentle, nurturing and intuitive alternative to bleached cotton tampons. They go on to explain how the sponges are a better choice for the environment because they're reusable. Our bodies are made up of water and sponges. Oh, hang on. Water and sponges once lived in the ocean waters.
We're not made up
this is badly written. This is a lot of water. There's too many waters here. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Our bodies are made up of water, and sponges once lived in the ocean waters. Why wouldn't you use these spongy allies on your moon cycle? Well, if that is the point, you get a stick of fish up there.
Return from whence we came.
Despite Janine Singer, owner of Holy Sponges, waxing lyrical about how using sponges changed her life, Dr. Gunter remains steadfast with her advice. You have demonstrated an inability to understand some pretty basic scientific data. What we know about sea sponges for menstrual use tells us that they are not safe. Put the loofah down.
Aren't people dumb? Nick the barrister has tweeted us, right? Because he went to see Ghost Stories, the play that we saw. Nick says, went to see Ghost Stories at the Lyric, right? But it was great, but it took 2 attempts. The first one, Google Maps, took me to the Lyric on Shaftesbury Avenue. Right, there's several Lyrics. I think there's 3, but certainly at least 2. It's at the Lyric Hammersmith, and this is Nick, a barrister. Took 2 attempts. The first one, Google Maps took me to the Lyric on Shaftesbury Avenue because you typed in the wrong one.
You had to enter that because I used Google Maps and it gave me the option.
Yeah, I used Google Maps and it took me to the right one. And also, because I knew there was more than one Lyric. I triple-checked. I checked when I bought it, I checked a week before, and I checked on the day as I was driving there. I pulled over and double-checked which is it definitely at this Lyric? And I checked so much that I checked, not only did I check the ticket, I went to the website of the Lyric Hammersmith to make sure it was the right place. I triple-checked because I'm not an idiot barrister like you, Nick. This guy is representing people in courts of law. This guy is defending murderers. This guy is trying to prosecute murderers. He's a barrister. That's what they do, is they try and prosecute murderers, the bad guys. No wonder there are so many murderers and sex criminals and bank robbers walking the streets when the barrister has turned up. He's put court into his sat-nav and he's gone to Wimbledon.
Good one.
This guy, I can probably do another one, actually, like that.
Fish farm.
Huh?
Court.
This guy's gone to Chambers and he's got on his sat nav and he's gone to Guy Chambers' house, the guy that wrote Angels with Robbie Williams. Mm-hmm. So this guy's a loser. This guy is everything that's wrong with this country. This is why I want to return back to Poland, where my family are from, because of people like Nick Wright. This guy. This guy put in caught in his sat-nav and he ended up getting caught red-handed for being a div. Oh. That's the best one. So, shame on you, Nick. Unfollow me. Talk Radio.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
I got some bad news about Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's not very well. He's really hurt his back. Yeah, having to carry the whole Sonic movie on his own. Yes! Not my joke. I read it online, but who cares who wrote it? I said it. I said it on the radio first. I said it the best. I'm looking forward to the Sonic movie. Are we allowed to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog during Purda?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to the Sonic movie, but loads of people didn't like the trailer.
They don't like his teeth, do they?
No, people don't like the fact it doesn't look anything like Sonic the Hedgehog. And loads of fans have done like redrawings going, well, it should look like this. It should look like Sonic. It kind of should have. I tell you now, this film will be a turkey. Should I tell you why?
Go on.
Because the director's already backpedaling. The director, when the director, here we go. When the trailer is out and the director tweets something like this, the film's done. Have you seen it, Sam? Have you seen what he's done? The internet. This is an Engadgets and loads of websites. That the internet had an uneasy reaction to our first look at the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog live-action movie isn't surprising, but the absolute horror induced by some elements of the furry hero's design have not gone unnoticed. This afternoon, the director Jeff Fowler tweeted, "Thank you for your support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. Hashtag Sonic Movie. Hashtag Gotta Fix Fast."
Oh, wow.
Now, when... It's supposed to be coming out in November, this film, right? So when a day after the trailer of a film has dropped, right, and then 24 hours later the director goes, "OK, you didn't like it? We're going to change it. Movie's dead." The movie is dead. Because they should have come out and it should have been all guns a-blazing going, "This is a great movie, you're going to love it." For the director to kowtow. I hesitated saying kowtow for a second because I thought it was racist. It's not racist, it just means bow. For a director to kowtow that quickly, capitulate that quickly, that movie's dead. If he's being that driven by online reaction, it's game over. Game over, unfortunately.
Or it's next level marketing using Twitter.
Could be. I'm still looking forward to seeing it. But it's a shame. I worry about Jim Carrey because I think he's talented. But it's a shame that he's injured himself. He's really hurt his back. Carrying the weight of the Sonic movie on his own. Yeah, guys! Here we go! Right, the bananas!
Wow.
Right, the bananas! I didn't want to say punani again, as
I'm glad.
We've had quite a vulgar show tonight. Yeah. It's about to get very vulgar. Here's Nigel.
Hi, Ian, all right?
All right, Nige?
Yeah, just off a bit there.
What?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now better? It's a bad signal in this blooming house.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, it's the walls. They block out the signal, the concrete walls.
Yeah, they do. Some places they do. That's true. What you got for us, Nigel?
My social worker's coming in a couple of weeks. No, I phoned them up today.
Yeah.
I've got to wait a couple of weeks for 2 o'clock on a Thursday in a couple of weeks. But
okay.
So I've sorted that out.
Brilliant.
And, that's sorted. But I felt terrible this evening. I've had to find things to do, you know.
Yeah.
I got back to the model making aeroplanes, you know, the airfield.
Here we go. Yes, I do. That's good. That's great for focus.
I'm doing the MiG-29 at the moment.
Oh, I didn't know you made models.
Well, I've finished it. I just put the transfers on tonight. I made it Christmas time after Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I stopped doing it and got lazy and didn't bother with it. So I thought tonight I forced
that's a good
myself
idea.
to do it.
Are you any? I'm thinking of getting back into jigsaw puzzles. I like a good jigsaw puzzle.
Not for me,
You're not into that? I'm thinking of getting back into jigsaw puzzles. I like a good jigsaw puzzle. I like doing
creative things where you're like making models, model airplanes.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few. I've got several that I bought Christmas time. I haven't made. I've got the Harrier, the Sea Harrier.
Yeah.
148. That's about a foot long, quite big.
Okay. Hang on. The models are foot long.
Yes, some of them are even tight, only 6 inches, aren't they?
No, but a foot long is huge for a model.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but you can get 2 foot long ones as well.
You could probably fit in that and go for a little fly.
They cost about £22. I paid for that model.
They are expensive. My eldest got into them for a while, but they were really pricey. I'm glad he didn't get into them for too long.
Isn't it? If you enjoy it.
If you enjoy it, yeah. If you enjoy it.
What was I going to say? Did you get to see any of my videos on Facebook? I suppose you haven't had time.
No, I don't really use Facebook very often, Nigel. I don't.
They're on my Twitter as well, which is Nigel Reader Free as well.
Okay. Well, I'm sure some people have looked at them. I probably won't because I don't really look at videos and stuff online. Right. That's not true. But I know exactly what I want to look at on Twitter, and I look at those things. And but I'm sure lots of people will be checking them out.
I started talking to
Kath's just watched one now, have you?
No, I was looking up jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, okay.
But of which more in a second.
I started talking to Hilary Duff on Facebook tonight. I haven't been contacting her for ages, so I told her to have a look at my films on my Facebook.
Okay. It's not Hilary Duff that you're talking to, Nigel. I have to say
the one with the tick. It should be her with the tick, shouldn't it?
It's not Hilary Duff you're talking to. It'll be run by someone else.
The promotion page, I suppose.
Yeah, possibly, but...
Promotion. Yeah, but people like you with a tick is the real person.
Yeah, but I'm not very famous. I'm very low rent.
No,
Hilary Duff is
a
big
superstar.
Hilary.
You're not a superstar.
All right.
But you're very famous, but you're not a superstar.
I'm not very famous anymore, and I Hilary Duff.
You won't tell you a lot on Good Morning Britain.
I haven't been on there since September last year. But
I saw the recordings. Do you want me to finish off with a song?
I want you to finish off. Yeah.
I was going to do The Greatest Love of All. I'll just do a few...
Let's do it. Paul Ross is coming in, and Paul Ross would love to hear you singing The Greatest Love of All, Nigel, wouldn't you, Paul?
Okay,
just in time. No, Paul, don't go, stay.
No, I'd love to hear it, Nigel. Give tongue.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Nigel. How you doing, big fella?
I've never spoken to you before. I'm a big fan of you and your brother.
Well, you're very sweet. I'm a big fan of you as well. I love you on the show. And we're all thinking of you, Nigel.
Has he heard of me? Has your brother heard of me?
I don't know if he has. The trouble is I've got 4 brothers and a sister.
One might have then.
Yeah, one might have. He's on tomorrow. It's the last one of the series for Jonathan tomorrow night, so make sure if you're near a telly...
He's on tomorrow night?
Last one of the series, yeah.
Friday night, isn't it? Yeah.
Saturday.
Okay, do you know who's on the show?
I'm trying to remember. Ellie Goulding's on, I know that. Ellie Goulding's there. And I can't remember.
Minogue?
No, not Kylie Minogue. Right. We're so over Kylie Minogue.
Nigel, let's listen. We're running out of time.
Yes. Okay, here we go then.
Here we go.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them.
What?
Oh,
Nigel.
Possess inside will give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. Everyone needs someone to look up to.
Nice vibrato. Nice vibrato.
He has, though, yeah.
Nigel, that was excellent, mate. We'll speak to you later on. Yes, because you've been doing your models, you've been sniffing all that glue.
No, I did the transfers. It wasn't the glue, it was the transfers.
It was the decals.
The decals, isn't it? Decals. I'm not sure how you say it.
Yeah.
All right, Nigel, have a good one, mate.
Have a nice weekend, John and Ian and Catherine.
What about Paul?
I'd like a nice weekend,
Paul,
mate.
Sorry. Jonathan Ross instead of Paul.
He's always on my mind, too.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Do you get annoyed with people talking about...
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, the thing is, it's that weird thing where I suppose I've got the horrible, maybe benign arrogance of the eldest brother.
Yeah, right.
So for a long, long time, I was the first one in, and then there was Simon, and Jonathan would always he'd get our hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
After they reduced the rags, so Miles and Adam got new clothes. But also, it's, you're Simon and Paul's brother. And also, I think, as a bit like with you, actually, as a producer, I mean, I can teach anyone to be a TV presenter in an afternoon.
Yeah.
What I can't teach them is that sometimes magnetic thing that happens, magic thing between a camera and a person.
Yeah.
Without being blowing smoke up your what's it, It happens with you.
Hey, thank you.
And it happens with Jonathan.
Yeah.
And I'd love to have produced him because a bit like you, Jonathan's lazy.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
Well, he needs. Well, I see him on screen. I know what he's doing. We all know the tricks of the trade. And I sometimes think somebody needs to say to him, you know what? Let's not do that in the monologue, or let's not do that, or let's not ask that question, or let's not, let me sit on the edit and let's make it kind of, it's still always great, always watchable, make it sharper and faster.
I know what you mean. There was a really exciting period in British TV, I think, when I don't know if The Word and The Last Resort were kind of going at the same time.
We were up against Saturday Zoo.
Right,
which was
Saturday Zoo.
Which introduced Vic and Bob to the world.
Steve Coogan, Paul Carf was
loads of those guys, weren't they? They did a show called Knock Down Ginger, a spoof of Celebrity Squares, which was great.
But I remember The Last Resort coming, and we'd never seen anything like it in this country.
Well, Jonathan didn't want to present that. In fact, the last person they asked was Jeremy Hardy. They went round all the alternative comedians looking for a host.
I didn't know that.
Jonathan had come up through TV production. I got his first interview actually for his job. He got the job, but and they got the commission from Channel 4. And finally, Channel 4 said, "Look, we can't do it anymore. Do the pilot, Jonathan, and you front it."
Yeah.
And of course, the rest is sort of TV history.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you for that. So, what's on your show tonight? You got Meryl O'Rourke on. You did stand up.
We have fantastic Meryl O'Rourke is joining us. She's in the studio as well, which is great fun. Yep. So she's got a show coming up in Brighton on the 5th at the Carolina Brunswick. So she's talking about that.
We've been there.
Yeah, we know them.
So she's doing a show over the next 3 Sundays, I think, on that one. So we're talking to Carolina. We're also going to we are going to be giving. We're not going mad on it. But we are live through the night. So we'll bring you the local election results as and when they occur.
Yep.
If anyone wants to join the conversation, if you want, I don't normally do this, but if you want to tell us how you voted, why you didn't vote, 0344 499 1000. So we'll do a bit of that as well.
It'll genuinely be an interesting local elections.
No turnout. Why did people
result.
not bother going out? Will it be a swing that? I mean, the Tories have done a lot of kind of expectation management already.
Yeah.
Saying we're going to lose 1,000 seats. Well, the last time around they won 500.
Yeah.
So if they lose anything above 500, maybe it's a knock for them. Anything below 500, I think they'll be happy.
Also, if you say, we're going to lose 1,000, and then you only lose 750,
and
most didn't do as badly as we said.
And most governments, whether they're Tory, Labour, or whatever coalition, halfway through their run of power, they take a hit normally in the local elections.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that 0344 499 1000, and we're off to a pub, which would be nice, near Stonehenge, which has just completed, or is about to complete, a mini Stonehenge in the beer garden. I love this, 4 foot high like Spinal Tap.
How close to Stonehenge are you getting? 150 metres away, or are you getting?
It's the nearest pub to Stonehenge, but I'm not absolutely sure how close it is. And they've called it with stunning originality the Stonehenge Arms.
There we go, Paul. I shall be listening on the way home as always. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you to 86% of our callers tonight. We will be back tonight at 10 o'clock for our last show of the week. But stay tuned. Coming up after 1 on Talk Radio, it's Paul Ross.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.